guys, and this guy continued the whole Tony Clifton thing.
Yeah.
Tony Clifton.
He's been doing it for over 20-some-odd years, and he's coming in today.
He's a very famous Vegas lounge singer.
He's a complete nightmare. Because he stays in character the entire fucking time, and he's out of his mind. We should try to get him to break character. That'll be our thing today.
I don't think he will.
Look up Tony Clifton clips if you want to be
Great.
involved with the segment and understand it a little more. Huh?
Is he like Moon Goose McQueen?
Oh, yeah.
He's like Mule Juice. We were going to Mule Juice McQuaid.
Tony Clifton's like Dice, like an old version of Dice, where he comes in like a fucking hurricane. This Tony Clifton will come in like a hurricane. I guess.
And we'll just fuck the show up.
Yeah, I guess his entourage is 12 people and growing.
What?
And he refuses to come up here unless he can bring all 12 people with him.
He's got his demands.
Yeah.
He's very famous.
Great.
You don't want to deal
I'm
with this.
so excited. No, because now I'm exhausted from the first segment.
Right. Yeah, because that was supposed to kind of be fun, and then it just got really just
infuriating.
Yes. To see all those lame YouTube clips of fake press conferences and shit.
Well, I can't wait for 10 o'clock when the fugitive calls 92.3 now. I'll be listening.
Will ya?
I'm going to try to figure it out.
Oh, we got to blow up their spot somehow.
I can't wait till 8:17 when our fugitive calls.
He didn't expect us to pick up.
He knows he's going to sit there on hold for fucking 5-10 minutes.
Well, that's a clue. Must be someone that calls the show a lot. Knowing they have to hold for a while before they get on the show.
Wow.
Huh?
That's a good one.
Uh-oh, Anthony.
Yes?
Hi, who's this?
It is the Sirius 197 $5 fugitive calling.
You're a little early.
Sirius runs on time. 5 minutes early is on time. On time is late.
Oh, is that a clue?
Wow, it's some kind of riddle, Anthony.
Yeah, he's all full of clues. Well, $5 fugitive. Do you have a clue for us about where the money is? Because you stole $5 of the virus's pocket money.
His pocket money.
And we need it back so we can give it to a listener.
And Erod couldn't get what? Moss Man, was it?
Yeah, Moss.
Fugitive is distracted by booze.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Fugitive says that money is left in drawer with mayo.
Hey, Fugitive, you had an hour to figure something out.
You had an hour.
You had an hour. If you want to keep your bit going, how about you use the hour to figure something out?
Come up with a clue. We understand it's the virus. We know who it is.
You only got 2 more shots today, so you got an hour. Figure it out. Thank you, Fugitive. He
just laughs at his own laziness.
You got a bit. Figure it out.
And what'd you do? Sit there scratching your nuts for an hour and then go, oh, fuck. Right. It's 8:15.
Anthony, we got someone very mysterious on the phone lines.
Uh-oh.
They're not giving their name. They're very mysterious.
Oh, what time is it?
Hello, sir.
I have stolen $10,000 from Mel Carcistan.
You stole $10,000 from where?
Mel Carcistan.
From Mel Carcistan.
Mel Carcistan? Who's Mel Carcistan?
I'm the guy in charge of the company. I have stolen the money. If you want it back, I have to humiliate Sam Roberts, light his hair on fire.
Wow, is this...
Wait, you're going to light Sam's hair on fire if we don't do what?
No, you guys have to do it if you want the money back.
Is this the fugitive?
Oh, no, it's the fugitive, Anthony. If we want the money back, we got to set Sam Roberts' hair on fire.
That sounds a little dangerous.
Yeah, fugitive, that's scary.
Or dump peanut butter on it and gum.
Why would we? You can't dump peanut butter on somebody, fugitive. That's very hard to do.
You could put gum on it.
Gum
in Sam Roberts' hair, and then we get the money back, fugitive?
Yeah.
Well, you know how this works. When they do it at other stations, you need to give us a clue
of who you are.
Yeah,
your identity.
of who you are, so we can find the fugitive. So give us a clue.
I was born in what is now known as New York Hospital, Queens. Back then it was called Booth Memorial Hospital.
Boy, I don't know who the fugitive is. Do you, Ed?
No. Wow.
Could we ask for another clue, fugitive?
Yeah, one more clue.
I graduated Hillcrest High School.
Where-
Hillcrest High School.
Where is that?
Yeah, where is that?
It's in Jamaica, Queens.
Everything's Queens. He's never left Queens. A fugitive. Can I ask you, what borough of New York do you live in now?
I live in Queens. Sorry about that.
What's happening, fugitive?
Yeah, what happened, fugitive?
Nothing. I actually, the dog had just walked a little bit too. The dog walked a little bit too.
All right, listen.
Holy shit!
To the faithful listeners, turn off the show. It's not going to get any funnier than that moment right there.
Oh my
Are
God!
you fucking kidding me?
Oh, you can't write shit like that. There is nobody.
This is a perfect day to check out other channels at SiriusXM because we're done. We can't beat that.
Holy
Fugitive, what happened?
Oh, never mind that. The dog just walked ahead of me right before I was about to start crossing.
Oh, okay.
Wow, we just learned something new. Scared shitless of dogs.
Oh, are you?
No, the dog was scared.
The
Oh,
dog
the
was
dog
scared
was
of the
scared.
fugitive?
No, the dog was scared. Something just scared the dog that passed by.
Oh, okay, fugitive.
Well, I'm getting some intel here
Are
about
you?
the fugitive,
Oh,
Anthony.
wow.
Someone is saying that the fugitive's brother may
Yeah.
have anally raped him.
Oh my God, fugitive.
Is that true?
No, it never happened.
Really? A
No,
lot.
it never happened.
A lot of people have said that happened. That the fugitive got raped by his brother.
And fugitive, where are you right now?
I'm in Queens. I'm in Aspen, Queens.
He's in Queens, of course.
Yes.
I think the fugitive's lying. I don't think he's in Queens.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
God damn.
All right, so fugitive, what do we have to do to get our money back?
The 202 fugitive wants you to put gum in Sam Roberts' hair in front of right by where the Rockefeller Center tree is.
By the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree.
I don't think the tree's up yet, is it?
Well, yeah. They just.
Oh, they put it up?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Oh, wow, fugitive. Where do you work?
I do moving and storage part-time.
Where, though? In what? In what?
In Connecticut for my sister's father.
Oh, in Connecticut for your sister's father.
Sister's father. Wouldn't that be your father?
The same father.
More clues as
More
to who the
clues.
fugitive
I
is.
like
but I
that.
can't figure it out.
No, can you?
This is so hard to figure out who the fugitive is.
Me and my sister only share one parent.
Oh, really?
They only share one parent.
Fugitive. Let me ask you a question. I'm trying to hone in on who this is. How many dick surgeries have you had?
Very good question.
I've had 48.
48 dick surgeries. Wow, who could this be?
I don't know, man. I'm
This
confused.
is tough.
We got a lot of fugitives calling.
Yeah.
All right, fugitive. So, are you going to call back with another clue? Or
I'm gonna call back at 8:30.
What?
I'm gonna call back at 8:30.
Oh, you're going to call back at 8:30. Okay. And by the way, we have officially put gum in Sam Roberts' hair.
Yes.
So I guess you just got to come and give us our money back now.
I'll call you back at 8:30.
All right, there goes the fugitive.
I have to. Is there any way you can fucking get that piece?
Yeah, we got to replay
I have
that.
to hear when he completely
it's
lost
ready if you
the
want it.
voice.
All right, let's hear it, Travis.
Fugitive, can I ask you, what borough of New York do you live in now?
I live in Queens.
What's happening, fugitive?
Yeah, what happened, fugitive?
No, nothing. The dog had just walked a little bit too. The dog walked a little bit too.
Are you kidding me?
He's brilliant. That motherfucker is brilliantly stupid. The dog walked into that dog walked into. Oh, I love it. God damn.
What do we got? Oh, guys. We got before the break, we got a very mysterious phone call coming in. He called an hour ago, and he's calling back with more demands. Very mysterious. We do believe this is the 202 Sirius XM.
$5 fugitive.
Yeah, whatever it is. Fugitive!
Yes, that's what? I got another hint.
Oh, another hint as to who you are.
Yeah, could you explain to everybody what's going on? Because we've got a lot of people just tuning in the show for the first time today, Fugitive. What's going on? What's going on?
I got 10,000 from Mel Kazakhstan.
He stole $10,000 from Mel Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Or Kazakhstan.
Yeah, that's a place in fucking the former Soviet Union.
Yes. He means that's actually Mel the cop from Scarface.
How were you able to get $10,000 from Mel? Because we sure can't. See, cuz.
Kazakhstan.
How'd you get the money from Mel?
I got it when he goes to sleep.
Oh, you broke into his house while he was
That's
sleeping, and
wonderful.
you took some pocket money from Mel?
Oh, he was asleep in his office. I stole the money. I took the money.
All right, so now, so we got to figure out who you are. Now, what's the other hint that you have?
Yeah, you
What's
giving
the
us
clue?
another clue this hour?
My uncle is a police officer.
You're lying. No, he's not.
Oh, no, one of my uncles is a police officer in Florida. He's a deputy sheriff in the Orange County Sheriff's Department of Orange County, in Florida.
No, he's not. No nephew would do this. You're lying.
Yeah, definitely lying.
He is a police officer.
All right, so what is your demand this hour, Fugitive? Last hour it was he wanted us to pour peanut butter, because that's what you do with peanut butter. You pour it on Sam's afro, and then put gum in it or something.
Yeah.
And we did that, and you're still not giving us the money back. So now what, Fugitive?
What's your demands?
Yeah, what's your demand this hour?
You got it. There is going to be a guy on Friday, a face you know. He will bring a thing of jizz.
Wait. What will he bring? A thing of what?
A cup of jizz.
A cup of jizz?
Wait, you're bringing a cup of jizz to us on Friday?
Yeah, somebody you know.
Somebody we know
Somebody we
will be
know.
bringing us a cup of jizz.
I don't know. It's a cup
It'll
with
be
jizz in it.
Right.
Iraq has to eat it with the food.
So you want Iraq to eat jizz on his food on Friday, and then you finally give us the $10,000 back?
Right.
He has to do it in front of the person that'll bring the jizz.
Hey, they were telling me that the Fugitive has a diabolical laugh. Can I hear your diabolical laugh, Fugitive?
Uh-huh. Could we, because Jimmy didn't hear it, I would love for Jimmy to hear the Fugitive's first call.
Sure, Fugitive.
Part of it.
Thank you, Fugitive.
Thank you, Fugitive.
We'll see this person on Friday with a cup of jizz.
Yes, that's right. He will be bringing a cup of jizz.
Very good. Very good, Fugitive. Now, Fugitive called earlier. And the fugitive gets a little shaken up when things happen. He's not very sharp and to think on his feet. So listen to what happened during the earlier phone call. Fugitive, can I ask you what borough of New York do you live in now?
I live in Queens.
What's happening, fugitive?
Yeah, what happened, fugitive?
No, nothing. I actually, the dog had just walked a little bit too. The dog walked a little bit
Oh, he's brainless.
Please let me hear that part of the call again.
I knew you would like it.
Oh, my God.
why-
How do you not love that?
That's why we continue
so
with
funny.
the fugitive thing, because the first one was terrific.
The dog had just walked a little bit too.
No, back it up a little.
A little bit.
Fugitive's great.
Yeah, the fugitive.
What's happening, fugitive?
Yeah, what happened, fugitive?
No, nothing. I actually, the dog had just walked a little bit too. The dog walked a little bit.
That voice sounds familiar. The fugitive has called before, I think.
Yeah.
I think the fugitive has called before. He's probably pranked us before.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh.
All right, we have to break into this topic because
What?
we have a very mysterious caller
Oh, no.
calling in. Hi, who's this?
This is the 202 fugitive. I'm sending a person you very know is on the way. He will be delivering food, and he will be also handing you messages for Era to eat on his food.
Who is this? This is driving me nuts. Who is this?
Tell us who you are.
Wow.
I will just have to give you a hint of who I am. I grew up in Woodside.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Woodside, Queens?
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
All right, could you tell me, I'm going to ask you a question. What is your favorite sports team?
My favorite team is the Mets. Just like the person I'm sending.
Oh,
I'm
just like the
sending-
person you're sending.
This is very...
So you're sending a liaison, somebody that will give us a message from you?
He will be sending food, but he will also be handing a cup of his jizz. E-Rock has
What kind of
to eat.
food? Why would we eat food
And why are you bringing
when you're
jizz?
bringing jizz? Or he's bringing jizz?
And he gotta humiliate E-Rock.
Humiliate E-Rock.
He has to eat the jizz on the food.
How are you getting the jizz up here?
Yeah.
He will hand you a cup of a load he just dropped.
A load he just
And
dropped.
why do we have to accept your jizz? And why does E-Rock have to pour the jizz on his food this morning? And who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Wow.
That'll be revealed after the Thanksgiving break.
Wow, that long? We have to wait?
Really?
Trying to figure out who this is for a couple of days here.
I thought we moved on from the fugitive bit 2 days ago.
I know, Jesus.
Weird. Queens Motor Inn, does that mean anything to you?
The guy I'm sending, his uncle works there.
Oh, the guy you're sending. All right.
His uncle works there.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
And he lives in the same neighborhood as me.
Oh, he lives in the same neighborhood.
Are you lying?
I'm not lying.
Oh, my God. Fugitive.
Fugitive, what is your goal, the fugitive? What is your goal?
You take back to get, make sure Mel respects O&A.
What?
Mel, he wants Mel to...
Mel Kazakhstan.
Oh, you didn't hear that? He stole the money from Mel Cat. What was it? Cars stand?
Car stand or something.
Did you steal money from Mel?
Yeah, I did it. to get him to respect you guys.
He stole money from Mel while Mel was sleeping, Jimmy.
Yeah, apparently.
What's Mel's last name again?
Karzistan.
Karzistan.
I know I said it wrong. I mean Karmazan.
So,
Oh.
Mel Karzistan, you stole $10,000 from. Where does he keep it when he sleeps?
I found it in his bag. I looted his bag when he was asleep.
Oh, you snuck into his house?
Now in his office.
So he sleeps in his office.
I sent someone in his office.
Wait. So, Mel, you're trying to say that the owner, basically, of SiriusXM sleeps in his office?
Why not if our producer can?
All right, so, Fugitive, what time can we expect your jizz to arrive here?
That guy is on his way. Shortly after, he will produce the jizz.
Where are you right now, Fugitive?
I'm sending the guy.
Where are you? No, where are you
you?
right now? Right
Yeah.
now, where are you?
I'm on my way to Manhattan to drop off the guy.
Why do you have to drop him off?
Why can't the guy just come by himself?
Yeah.
I'm handing him the stuff, helping him carry the food.
All right, then he's with you. Can we talk to the guy right now?
I can only give you a hint of the guy. He's a very familiar face.
Well, put him on the phone.
Yeah, put him on the phone. He's
Put
right
him
there.
on the phone if he's right there.
He's next to me. Hold on.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, this is Bobo. The fugitive has sent me.
Oh, Bobo.
Oh, Bobo.
Wait a minute.
What's going on?
The fugitive is sending you?
He's sending me to do this.
Bobo, you okay? You're not in trouble, are you?
Yeah, is he
No, no.
is he being nice to you or is he holding you hostage?
No, he's a nice guy. He lives in my neighborhood. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, have you known him for a while?
Yeah, he listens to the show.
Oh, he listens to the show.
Can we talk to him again?
No problem. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. He's right in the front seat. Hold on.
All right,
All
let's
right.
hear.
There's the fugitive.
Hey, Fugitive, you're not hurting Bobo, are you?
No, I'm not hurting him.
Yeah.
I would not hurt my own neighbor. He's a good friend of mine.
I want to make sure you're not hurting him. Put Bobo back on the phone.
Okay, hold on. Yes, Bobo speaking.
Hi, Bobo. You sure he's not hurting you?
Yeah.
He's not touching your hiney or anything?
No.
You know what happened with your brother? Your brother raped you. What do you think the fugitive will do?
Yeah.
No, there's nothing going on with the fugitive. The fugitive ain't harming me. It's the single bit.
So how are you and the fugitive traveling around right now?
He's traveling by. He's escorting me by a bus.
Well, I got an email from the fugitive last night, and it was a creepy email. He was implying that he was a homosexual, and he planned on hurting you.
Well, that was not the real guy.
Well, let's talk to the fugitive to find out. Can we talk to the fugitive?
Put him back on.
There's the fugitive caller.
Okay, so how come I got a really weird email from Bobo last night, and he was saying that he was being hurt by you.
It was not Bobo.
How do you know?
Because I know his Twitter account. It's Mr. Matt 8.
No, but it was an email, not a Twitter. You're lying.
It was an email.
So you're not a fugitive? I mean, you're not a homosexual? I'm keeping confused.
No.
Because the email I got was very, very scared from Bobo, and he said that you were going to hurt him, and he was very afraid of you.
That was a fake.
Bobo, you're not working today?
You want me to put Bobo on the phone?
We do, actually, yes.
Yeah,
I'm glad the
please.
fugitive is smarter than Anthony.
Put Bobo on the phone. I was dying.
I know you are. I'm glad he figured you out.
There was a little delay there.
Hold on, I'm watching a swish.
You want me to put Bobo on the phone?
Right, yeah. Hi, hi.
Get Bobo on the
Get
phone,
Bobo on the
please.
phone.
All right. Yeah, this is Bobo speaking.
All right, we got it. Hi, Bobo.
So are you going to hurt Bobo?
Yeah, well, as I said before, I'm doing fine. The fugitive ain't harming me.
Oh, now you don't have to work?
Not today. I'm being That's why I'm on my way. I'm on my way there today.
And the fugitive doesn't have to work today?
And you're holding your own jizz right now? You had to get your own jizz for this whole thing?
No, I got no. When I get there, I got to drop a load.
Put Bobo on the phone.
Yeah, get Bobo on the phone.
Yeah, can we talk to Bobo?
This is Bobo you're speaking
Oh,
to.
okay, so I got confused. The phone's going back and forth. So is the fugitive harming you?
No, he's not harming me.
So why is he accompanying you to the gig?
Yeah, why is he accompanying you?
He wanted to carry the stuff.
How much stuff you bringing?
Yeah, really.
You know how to get here.
It's the food, it's the turkey and stuffing.
I can't wait to talk to the fugitive while you're in studio. I want us to get him on the phone and talk to him while you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Well, the fugitive, you're not going to see him. He's going to leave as soon as he drops, as soon as we head right by the building.
Yeah, but then we want you to call him live from the studio
Yes.
so we can hear you guys talk to each other.
Well, the fugitive doesn't leave his cell number.
Well, he could call us then.
Yeah, just tell
Yeah.
him to call us when you're in studio.
That's right.
a very good idea.
Well, he doesn't want to call me at the same time he's in the studio. He has to head to work.
Well,
Where's the fugitive work?
He's keeping that very in a disclosed location.
very disclosed location.
Put him on the phone immediately.
Yeah, let's talk to the fugitive because I got to figure this out.
The fugitive caller.
So where do you work now? Hold on. Put Bobo back on the phone for a second.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on.
All right.
Bobo.
So you're saying that you work. Put the fugitive. We want the fugitive.
Yeah, where's the fugitive?
Yeah, we need the fugitive.
Well, he's keeping it a secret.
Put him on the phone.
Yeah, we want to talk to him, Bobo. We want to make sure you're all right.
All right. Well, I could put him on the phone.
Yeah.
Put him on the
All
phone.
right, put him on the phone.
Well, any possible right fugitive. The fugitive.
What's Bobo wearing right now so we can recognize him when he comes in?
When he comes in, he is wearing an O&A shirt and a Mets hat.
All right.
All right, let's talk to Bobo.
Yeah, let's talk to Bobo. Put Bobo on, quick.
This is Bobo speaking.
Bobo, what is the fugitive wearing right now?
Well, what is he wearing?
Yes.
He's also keeping that a secret.
No, we want to know to make
No,
sure.
just say it.
Just say it, please.
You're there with him. He said he wasn't going to hurt you, so what is he wearing?
Oh no, he's wearing a serious hoodie.
Why would he wear a serious hoodie?
Right, how would he get one?
Does he work here, Bobo? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
Oh,
no,
the fugitive works here. Eh?
No, he doesn't work there. He borrowed my hoodie.
Why? Were you spending the night with each other?
No, he just thought it'd be a funny goof.
What's funny about that?
No, he just thought since he's the 202 fugitive.
Yeah, but there's nothing funny about this, Bobo.
Really?
You could be hurt.
We're
Yeah,
worried.
Really?
Well, the fugitive isn't harming anybody.
All right.
Well, we
All
have
right.
detectives on it. We've made a couple of calls to the police department because we're actually very worried that you're being injured.
Yeah, Bobo, actually, we got a couple detectives waiting here at SiriusXM to question you because this has got us all very concerned. Management's very concerned over this. So we're going to talk to you. They might have to bring you downtown and discuss this with you. So
Yeah,
be prepared.
since you know what the fugitive looks like,
Right.
We'll have you give a description, maybe draw one of those composite drawings or something like that.
Okay. Hey, well, the guy is.
Who is this? Wait. Who are we talking to?
You're talking to Bobo.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, Bobo, could you do us a favor?
Yeah.
On the count of three, I want both of you to go, we love the O&A show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That'll be good promo for when you guys come in. So on the count of three.
The fugitive isn't coming in with me.
No. Right now over the phone, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then both of you at the same time go, we love the O&A show. And then we're gonna play that, okay?
Okay.
All right, ready?
Great.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
We love the O&A show.
Wait a minute, fugitive. I didn't hear Bobo.
it's a bit difficult for him to speak on the same phone at the same time.
No, just hold the phone up in front of both of you, right? And then I'll go 1, 2, 3, and both of you at the same time go, "We love the O&A show," so we can hear both of us. You know, watch. Me and Opie will do it. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. We love the O&A show. Okay, or that.
Yes.
See that? See how that sounds, Bobo? We need that for the promo. So both of you, hold the phone in front of both of you, and I'll count to 3. You ready?
All right.
All right.
All right, got it.
All right. Well, I want to hear both of you say, "We love the O&A show." Okay. 1, 2, 3.
We love the O&A show. We love the O&A show.
That was a bad connection. I think I heard it, but I couldn't really hear Bobo. I want to hear both together.
Yeah, your timing was really off for some reason.
No, I think that was just an echo on the phone.
Oh,
Was it
okay.
an echo?
Yeah, he must be in a weird cell area. But can you do that again, Bobo?
Yeah.
Have you and the fugitive say that? Because I think it's just a weird echo thing that's happening.
Yeah. Well, make sure it sounds good so we can record it. Okay, ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We love the O&A show.
But that was only the fugitive again.
It was me. He's finding it difficult because he's trying to pay attention to the bus stop right now.
Wait, he's paying attention to the bus stop?
And I want to make sure that the fugitive doesn't miss the stop.
Wait, you're saying he wants to make sure the fugitive doesn't miss the stop?
Yeah.
Who does?
No, the fugitive wants to make sure I don't miss the stop.
Okay, so we'll just do it real quick then. You're probably in a light or something, so do it real quick.
Yeah, here
Both
we go.
of you.
Both of you. Same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go.
I love the O&A show.
We can't hear Bobo. I'm not convinced.
I can't hear you, Bobo.
We love the O&A show.
But then where's the fugitive?
Yeah.
All right, one last time, and I want to hear both of you, goddammit, okay?
Yeah, because we're starting to think you might be lying,
on.
Bobo.
Come on, ready? 1, 2, 3.
We love the O&A show.
All right, that's it. Now I heard the both of you. Okay.
All right, Bobo, be prepared. We got a detective waiting to question you as soon as you get here.
Yeah.
And we got detectives outside the building, so hopefully maybe we could, grab
Apprehend
the
them,
fugitive.
yeah.
Apprehend that fugitive, yeah.
Right. So
Don't worry, Bobo, you're safe.
What's
staying on the bus?
well? What stop are you? What stop are you getting off on?
yeah, the detectives want to know. They're out there right now.
What stop?
We're getting off at the bus. It's being stopped. It's being stopped right by Avenue of the Americas. A short walk.
All right.
Well, you're both getting off the bus?
No, I'm just getting off.
All right, so they'll be there waiting to arrest the fugitive,
Yes.
by the way.
Yeah.
No problem. By the way, just remember the fugitive isn't harming me.
Well, that's not what we've heard.
Yeah.
I got an email saying he intended to harm you.
Yeah, the NYPD is big time involved with
That's
this
why
now,
they're
so.
involved in it now. So the description we have so far of the fugitive is he's wearing an O&A shirt and a Mets hat.
Right.
No, that's what I'm wearing.
Oh, that's oh, okay. Oh, I didn't understand. We gave the cops the description of the fugitive as wearing an O&A shirt and
Yes, and a Mets hat.
a Mets hat.
But
Uh-oh.
at this point, the cops don't care. They want to question both guys.
Yeah,
so.
they want to question you, too, about him.
And what
so.
sucks, man, I hope you could explain yourself, Bobo, because you don't want to spend the whole weekend in jail. That will suck. It happened to Jimmy once with the voyeur.
Yeah,
bus.
hope you have an alibi.
Very scary. So hopefully you can explain yourself this whole thing.
I remember listening to that back when I was in high school.
Yeah,
Really?
whatever. All right, listen.
Mid-20s.
I remember listening to that.
All right, Bobo, get here soon. All right.
All right, no problem. I'll be there soon.
Can you listen to us after you hang up or no?
No, unfortunately, like me, the fugitive does not have an NO.
All right, because we wanted to give you some maybe I don't know, some secret signals, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Maybe we should give the fugitive an inno so he can listen.
Yeah.
The fugitive is saying that the fugitive just told me they should give me an NO.
Oh, really?
Why did the fugitive say they should give you an NO?
Yeah.
I don't know. He thinks Bobo should be able to should be able to listen on the.
Bobo. I just got a note from Kenny. You know Kenny's a detective, right?
Yeah.
It says, if Bobo is friends with the fugitive, Kenny said he's an accessory and co-conspirator to grand larceny.
Oh, damn it.
So there could be a major problem here when you arrive.
But hope, I'm not the guy. I got my stop is next, so I gotta hang.
All
I
right.
gotta hang up now.
All right, we'll
All
see
right,
you
tell-
and your jizz in a little bit.
Tell the fugitive we're going to send him an Inno.
All right. He said send it to my address.
Why did he say that? Why? Put
Yeah.
the fugitive on the phone.
Yeah, let's talk to the fugitive.
Because the fugitive me wants Bobo to have it.
Well, we want to give it to you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have use. I don't have use for it.
No, you can listen to our show and everything. We want you to listen to the show.
Yeah.
Because we need to be in contact with you, and you need to listen to what we're saying. So I'd rather you have it than Bobo. You know what I mean?
Well, darn them. Well, hand it. Yeah. Well, it'll be sent through Bobo.
Is the driver yelling at you?
Yeah, to drop off the guy already.
All right, you're off the bus?
Yes, I'm off the bus.
Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.
Well, where's Bobo?
On a Bobo's. I just sent Bobo off the bus.
And are you off the bus?
I'm on the bus.
You just said you were off
I'm
the
getting
bus.
Yeah, you said you were off the bus.
You're lying.
What happened?
No, on the line. I just got off for a second to hand Bobo the bag.
Why wouldn't you hand it to him on the bus?
They're calling him.
Well,
Robin
I don't
Jersey's-
know. I just want to hand it to him on his way out.
But why didn't you hand it to him on the bus?
I had to make sure he had his umbrella too.
Okay, put the bus driver on the phone right now.
Yeah, we want to hear something from the bus driver.
The bus driver refuses to speak.
Let me hear him. Say something to him.
Bus driver, to speak. You better speak. You better speak. He's just waving me off.
Yeah, let's hear the bus driver say.
Waving me off.
Let's hear the bus driver say something,
Yeah,
fugitive. 'cause
we have to be convinced.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah.
And
Ask the bus driver. Ask the bus driver where is the next stop, and hold the phone up so we can hear him say.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a good idea.
That's a question.
All right.
I actually got off the bus.
You did?
Yeah.
Why would you do that, fugitive?
I thought it'd be a better idea to just follow Bobo and help him carry the bag.
I thought you handed it to him already. He's got it.
What happened? You were lying.
Everyone's lying.
That fugitive sometimes lies.
Fair enough.
All right, the fugitive
All right.
sometimes lies.
Let's get him upstairs.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, fugitive. Thank you.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes. The NYPD is waiting for you.
That fugitive ain't gonna be going. Yeah, he's just dropping Bobo off at the building.
All right, we get it. We get it.
Enjoy your Inno too. We're gonna give you an Inno.
Right.
Right, Bobo will hand it to me. He is the only contact. He is the direct contact with the fugitive.
Look at Robin Jersey goes, the fugitive. Harrison Ford with a head injury. All right.
Regarding Bobo.
And then the other one by Rob. He's like the retarded Kaiser.
Kaiser Sose.
Sose, right. All right, Bobo, thank you. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Hold on, let me put Bobo on the phone.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there in a little bit.
All right, so how come you why did you have to help Bobo carry something?
Oh, no, this is Bobo. Yeah, he's his bag.
All right, we'll
Bobo,
see you soon.
Bobo, you got to get your story straight because we really do have a detective up here and they really want to talk to you, okay?
Big time.
Big time.
Well, anyway, as I said before, the fugitive.
No,
sent me
Bobo.
messages. I gotta hand him the,
No, Bobo. We have a detective that's bringing you in a room as soon as you get here, and they're going to talk to you. Get your shit together, okay? We'll see you soon.
All right, no problem.
All right.
I gotta hang up.
All right, there goes Bobo.
It's the fucking greatest thing.
By the way, Bobo doesn't. He thinks we don't know.
Yeah, he really does think that we have no clue.
But won't one of his friends call him or text him with this?
Friends?
I don't know.
But to make sure he's safe. You never know.
Yeah, okay. We'll keep it at that.
Hey, wait a minute. Does
Good point.
do people like the Fugitive? Are people loving the Fugitive?
Oh, they hate it.
Do they?
You need to know.
Hey, they really hate it.
I think we did that for ourselves and a few people out there.
Absolutely.
No, it's good. Are we going to stop doing it or continue?
Continue.
Of course.
Just to annoy everybody.
I saw a lot of Z's.
The Fugitive
He
rules.
could not want us more to give him the to give to the fugitive.
Right.
You should give it to Bobo.
Can I tell you how much all I want to do until fucking noon is talk to the Fugitive on
I
the phone.
know, he's great.
Fugitive fucking is the best thing ever.
We got some ideas, by the way. So keep listening. Opie and Anthony. Jimmy, what are we promoting today?
I have 2 gigs. Stress Factory,
Ooh.
Wednesday the 25th. Both. I'm sure the first show sold out, so the late show only is available. And then the 27th and 28th. 27th, I'll be in Chicopee, Mass. at the Hookie Loud this coming Friday. And then Saturday, I'll be at the Wilbur Theater for 2 shows in Boston.
Right.
Finally getting back up there.
All right. Stay there.
1, 2, 3.
We love the O&A show. We love the O&A show.
Sam's in studio. We're going to set up something for after the break. Sam, what's going on behind the scenes today? Behind the scenes shit.
This is Bobo was questioned by myself and Kenny, mainly Kenny, because he's the professional.
Interrogated.
I got some nice audio in front of me. Is the audio good, Sam?
Yes, it was done with a hidden microphone, so it's a little low. You'll have to, I couldn't mic back and forth because Bobo might catch on that we were doing something for the radio.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, Bobo admitted some things.
Really?
Some things.
You fucking folded under pressure.
No.
You fold under questioning.
Thumbs up?
Yeah, he admitted some things about the fugitive and some things about his personal life. And some things about his opinion on the two of you.
Ooh.
Opie and Anthony.
Wow.
And Kenny interrogated him pretty good?
Yes, Kenny did get to the bottom of things very well.
Sam's in here. Sam, what do you got?
What's the update?
Well, we need the Bobo, so let's bring everyone to the table with this Bobo thing. We found out that the radio world is going crazy with this bit, a fugitive bit. We got a fugitive that's stealing money, and then the listeners got to figure out who the fucking fugitive is and tap him on the back, and then they win, like, the money or something. I don't really get the bit whatsoever. But all of a sudden, we had our own fugitive calling the show, right, Ed?
Yes, our own.
And somehow he's associated with our own Bobo, we learned. And the
Bobo.
fugitive made Bobo come in here with a batch of cum.
Well, I don't think that was the fugitive suggestion as much as it was Danny and Travis's suggestion.
Oh, really? They're involved with this?
Yes, but
But they insisted Bobo come in here with a Thanksgiving dinner, by the way, for everybody. And a thing of his own cum.
The problem
and then
was,
at that point, the fugitive,
yeah, Danny and
who
Travis.
supposedly he's not Bobo, would give back the money that he stole from Mel Carnazan or whatever he says.
Card stand.
Card stand.
And to be fair, it was D-Boy's idea for Bobo to save his jism and bring it in.
Sure.
Of course
And
it was.
Danny-
D-Boy likes a beverage while he works.
Danny and Travis didn't tell him to bring in a Thanksgiving dinner. They told Bobo that everybody would be bringing in food and that Bobo could bring the turkey, which was a lie. Nobody was bringing in food, and so Bobo just looked silly, and his mom paid $35 for a turkey that no one's going to eat.
She doesn't have money to do that. You
Like,
sick
who's going
fucks.
to eat that?
Nobody. He's got a bag
No
of
one
jism
would.
with. He doesn't actually have it, but
Where is he?
Well, we're
Well,
going to talk to him
he's
after
in the
the
interrogation room.
Okay, yeah.
he's
So,
isolated.
That brings us up to today, Ann. What happened today with the Bobo and the fugitive?
Well, he called up because, the promotion for the other stations, the fugitive always calls up and leaves clues as to who they are. And Bobo was being escorted by the fugitive, and now he's here. He was interrogated.
Yeah, we told him that the NYPD and Kenny want
Is looking
to talk
for
to
him. And I guess they recorded that.
Right.
Yeah, I hit a microphone when he got here. We immediately, as soon as he got here, Kenny told Bobo that he had to go into the interrogation room, which was the office, and we turned off the show feed and shut the door and left him in there for 5 minutes by himself. Then
Was he freaking out?
yeah, he did not seem happy because Kenny actually has a way of intimidating people.
Really?
Yes. And then Kenny and I went in and spent 25 minutes questioning Bobo.
Yeah. Okay. And we got the best of the questioning right here. Bobo admits that he was the fugitive.
Believe it or not, this whole time.
What? I have to comment. Everybody will not leave this alone. The way you say fugitive.
Whatever.
They are. No, it's. I mean, if it was 1, 2, 10,
Yeah.
20,
It's everybody.
everybody.
I didn't even notice.
saying
That's how I say it. I don't know.
fugitive.
Say it. I didn't.
Fugitive. How do you say
Oh
it?
wow, fugitive.
Fugitive. Fugitive.
It's like saying I like Marianne and Ginger.
Fugitive.
Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies.
Fugitive. All right, I can't say the fucking word.
What
do you want from me?
Fuck them. I just had it because it wouldn't stop.
That's all good. What are you doing, Rich?
I was going to go write it on my list.
You thought it was you. Look, I'm not. I completely realized that I would have a list that's pretty impressive over there too. I'll be the first to admit that. All right, here we go. Bobo admits that he's the guy.
The guy.
That I will talk to you and get to the bottom of this.
All right.
All right?
Well,
You trust me, right?
yeah, I trust
You
you.
trust Sam, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, what I am going to say is that the guy...
Who were you on the phone with?
Hold on,
Don't
hold
lie
on,
all
hold on. You
up.
guys, I don't know how many people. I mean, everybody probably knows this, but Kenny was a police officer.
He was a detective.
And
He did this for a living
And
for many years.
What I'm hearing here sounds exactly like when I watched First 48.
Yeah, it was
and
great.
they drag him into the interrogation room. He's doing exactly what they do.
He's an expert at this,
Yeah,
for
and
real.
he is an expert.
He sat in front of I sat behind Bobo the whole time and told him to just keep looking at Kenny.
Yeah.
And then
Good
Kenny,
cop, dumb cop.
Kenny
Good
sat
cop, bad person.
Kenny sat right in front of Bobo and leaned into him the
That's
entire
how you-
time. Direct eye contact.
Dude, that's how
Yeah.
they do it. It's hysterical, man.
over then.
Yeah,
Knowing that.
and listen, and Kenny's going, all right, okay, like you trust me, right? Like trying to feel him out a little bit. I've seen this 1,000 times on those shows, and Kenny's perfect.
I have a feeling he's going to have Bobo admit everything.
Oh yeah.
Very
Bobo-
quickly.
Bobo doesn't look like a guy that you could interrogate and he could hold back.
Yeah,
No.
It's in the
I
trunk.
want to talk to my lawyer.
Yeah.
You think
He should've
Bobo's yelling
lawyered
that?
up. Lawyer up. Dummy.
He hasn't mentioned that yet.
It's not.
All right, here we go.
I just told the detectives that I would talk to you and get to the bottom of this.
All right.
All right?
Well,
You trust me, right?
yeah, I trust you.
You trust Sam, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, what I am going to say is that the guy...
Who were you on the phone with? And don't lie or I'll know.
That was the... Just checking to make sure I brought the bag.
Daniel, do I look like a jerk off to you?
No.
Have I always been nice to you?
You've always been nice to me.
Then why do you sit here and lie to my face?
I'm not lying. The guy...
Daniel, look at me. I was a detective,
I know that.
all right? We know there's no fugitive. We know it's you. I told the cops. I vouched for you.
All right, this whole thing was a bit that Danny and Travis started.
And that's exactly what happens on First 48. He fucking rolled over in under a minute. That fuck rolled over in under a minute.
Oh my God!
What a snitch! What a rat!
What a rat!
What a ratty! Oh, is that classic?
Fucking
I don't know. Some guy named Hamburger. Boo Boo and Hamburger shot him. I just saw this shit.
Vouched for you.
All right, this whole thing was a bit that Danny and Travis thought of.
What's the bit? Explain it to me.
No, they thought I should do a fugitive caller bit.
All right, who's the fugitive?
It was me. They thought I should do a fugitive caller bit. They they talked me into doing a fugitive caller bit. And they asked me to do like some kind of voice. I gave them the I gave him a little sample of that voice, and that's how it happened.
Fuck you, Miami.
He is shitting a brick in that.
That is so good. Point Blank has the first 48 penis surgeries.
Fuck you.
And Hippo Juice Film is the first 48 chromosomes.
Also, throughout the interrogation process, if you're listening, the microphone caught the Meet the Mets ringtone, consistently ringing while he was being questioned. That's what that noise is.
Of course.
All right, it continues with this fine clip from Kenny.
All right, so you're the one that stole the money? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, actually, the fugitive didn't really steal the money. They asked me to come up with a line.
I don't want to hear the fugitive. The fugitive is you, correct?
Yeah, well, they came up with the reason why I called. Well, the character.
Where is the money?
The fugitive did not take the money.
No.
I did not take the money.
Well, then how do we explain the missing money?
Well, there was no missing money.
Daniel, there's money missing.
There's no money missing.
Daniel!
Yeah.
Think about it now. Who told you to come up with this bit?
It was Danny and Travis.
All right. So now there's money missing.
Yeah.
Danny and Travis told you to come up with the bit. Put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, that's right. They set me up.
They're blaming you now for taking the money. We got to get the money back. Have you ever been to prison?
No.
Would you like to go to prison?
No.
Oh my God!
Poor guy! Holy shit!
And
Kenny's bad, man. I would not want to be on the receiving end of a questioning from Kenny.
And he's sitting in the office. After this, he was asking me, "Hey, did Danny and Travis? Did they hear when I called in as the fugitive on the air?" And I said, "Yeah." And he went, "Oh, they set me up."
They set me up.
He's figured it out that once Danny and Travis heard Bobo call in, they went up to Mel Karmazin's office, stole $10,000 from him.
From Mel Karmazin.
Right.
So that everybody would think it was him.
This is like an action movie now.
Yes.
I've been set up, damn it! I gotta clear my name, Bobo. The clean Bobo name.
All right, it continues.
The whole thing was me to just tell they told me to call in at that time at 7 o'clock yesterday.
Doesn't matter. All right? You already confessed. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're responsible for the money.
I don't have the money or never even saw the money.
You think the police are going to believe that? You were convincing enough to fool O&A. You can't believe how dumb they are, can you?
I can't believe they fell for it.
Why?
I never expected that from two guys that have been in radio since for over a decade. I didn't realize they would be that dumb enough to fall for that.
So now he thinks you guys are dumb all of a sudden.
This is good. An episode of Law and Mental Disorder. Good one. Shit.
Wow.
Oh.
Who do you think is dumber, Opie or Anthony?
I think Opie might be the dumber one. Actually, come to think of it, I kind of think Anthony might be. To someone who is about to turn 18. About to.
You're going about.
No, you heard that bit he was talking about.
This is not a bit, Bobo. This is a real-life situation. Now, I asked you a question. I'm waiting for the answer.
I kind of think that Anthony would probably be the dumber one.
He said I was the dumber one.
No, then he started thinking,
Right.
you know, if I was with a girl of, 17 and then 18, I guess that's what he was talking about. Wow. I guess Anthony is the dumber.
Holy shit.
Oh, God, this is fucking funny.
Is the money in the bag that you brought?
No, that's the food that I brought.
What kind of food?
It was stuff for Thanksgiving. Because it's close to Thanksgiving. A couple stuff Danny and Travis asked me to bring.
Where'd you get it?
At Boston Market.
How did you get the money to pay for the turkey?
Good question.
My mother paid for it.
Isn't that funny? Where did she get the missing money from?
No, that was her money. She did not get the money from anybody.
He did not get the money from anybody. Wow. Oh, that poor bastard, man.
He wanted me to tell you guys that he will be back. He'll bounce back from this.
He will?
Yes.
Where's he now?
He's in our holding cell.
Holding cell.
Oh, you got to pay the money back.
But I never stole the money.
You said that you did. You said that you had it.
That was how I had to say that to be that character. That was the whole line that was part of the character.
There is no character. It's you.
Yeah, well, the character that I was doing, it was me.
There's $10,000 missing.
I never.
Like a 10.
I didn't steal any $10,000.
You said you did.
Well,
Why would you say it if you didn't?
That's what they asked me to say.
If they asked you to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, are you jumping?
No, I'm not.
Exactly. So you know the difference, correct?
Yes.
Then why would you say something you didn't do?
That was the thing to make fun of that fugitive call.
Is this fun?
No.
No. Jeez. I almost feel bad for him.
Almost. And we'll be back.
Almost.
We'll be back with Columbo Bo after these words.
Columbo Bo.
Stephen S. from Bayshore. CSI moronic. Law and Order, Special Persons Unit. The Avenging Llama. Very nice.
Co-jackass.
Shit, man.
And then finally, here's the last clip.
I never stole the money, and I wouldn't lie like that. I wouldn't steal money like that.
But you do lie. You lie about not being gay.
Well, I'm not gay.
You're bisexual. Would it be more fair to say, more correct to say you're bisexual?
Well, it did happen. That was only one thing that happened.
All right.
I'm straight.
You want people to believe that.
Yeah.
But you're actually bisexual, say.
I believe that, but I guess you could say that I was bi because of what happened.
See? Nothing bad happened. You didn't get struck by lightning for saying that. Be proud that you're bisexual. Say it. I'm proud to be bisexual.
I'm proud to be bisexual.
And he's the worst, man.
Hey, he's bi. Oh, my God.
People are just saying that at this point he could get him to admit to,
Anything.
the Kennedy assassination, 9/11.
I was handling Oswald.
I mean, do you guys want to talk to him before the police
Yes.
get here?
Should we have him make one phone call live on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go grab him.
All right.
Great idea, man.
Who would he call with his one phone call?
I don't know.
Kenny.
Mr. Met.
He can't hear us. Great job, Kenny. Could you tell him that he gets one phone call before you take him downtown for the weekend?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he's really, he's not in a good place right now.
He's really nervous.
Yeah, he actually believes like they set him up for stealing the money.
Of course, yeah. Why wouldn't he? You're very convincing.
Here comes Bobo. Don't smile.
Oh, he's got his head down. He's just kind of walking. Mets hat. Opie and Anthony shirt, like he said. Oh. Wow, this certainly didn't turn out
Bobo,
well.
what the
What happened,
fuck
dude?
did you
Wow,
get
man.
yourself into, Bobo?
Something
Bobo,
happened.
stand up. What did you get yourself into?
Something happened, huh?
What happened, man?
Well, let's start. This whole
Hold
thing
on. I don't.
started-
What?
Wait, we need the
That
mic
mic's
on.
not working.
So, what happened? The fugitive set you up?
No, this whole thing started with a simple phone. This whole thing started with a simple phone call.
Uh-huh.
A simple phone call with Danny and Travis. I was talking about, maybe I should spoof The Fugitive.
Right.
Spoof The Fugitive.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that fugitive that was called that hacky bit that 92.3 now was doing.
Right. We know
I
all
thought I was
that.
spoofing it, and then
That's
I
all
told
well and
Well,
good.
that would have been fine, but now
Sure,
there's
that's funny.
now there's missing money.
yeah, and then I told Danny and Travis I just gave them a demonstration of the bit right.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say, like the whole thing I came up with was about the fugitive I stole $10,000 for Bell while he was asleep. That was how the whole line was gonna work. Well, it turns out someone must have actually did that.
Well, do you know who Mel Karmazin is? Because he's not happy right now. He wants you to go upstairs and talk to him.
Well,
before you go downtown.
Well, I'm very sorry to the guy if someone actually acted upon.
Trust me, we've been in some bad situations with Mel Cardstand, and he's not going to listen to the sorry.
Why
thing.
are the police here? What's going on?
I know.
They got to bring him downtown.
Well, something happened. Now you seem to think that somebody set you up, and you're taking the fall for somebody taking $10,000, and it's either Danny and or Travis.
Yeah.
What you don't, Bobo, what you don't know.
That's a strong accusation.
Yeah, and what you don't know is Danny and Travis took a lie detector test.
That's right.
Yep.
They did not take the money.
And
you can look
they
at them all you
passed it.
want. They passed.
So it's really pointing to you.
And why are you smiling, by the way?
I'd wipe that smirk right off your face.
No, I noticed they were trying to. I noticed they were trying to set me up.
But they didn't
But
set
they
you up
beat it
because
down.
they didn't take the money.
So who? Whoa. So where do you think that 10 grand is?
I don't know who took it.
You could probably
fugitive
use
did,
it,
apparently.
right?
The fugitive, someone who was trying to act upon what I said.
Who's the fugitive?
It could be Danny and or Travis.
Well, no, you were. You posed as this fugitive guy.
Well-
did you not do both voices on the phone?
Well, it was me, and I did the fugitive, and I just said.
And the fugitive is the one that took the money, right?
No. I heard, by the way, I heard that call. This fucking film for your last appearance on this show. That's bullshit. I heard the fugitive. It was two different people. I heard you talking to him.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't two different people. It was me all this
Well,
time.
then how? Because last time we talked to the fugitive, you were off the bus and he was on the bus.
Right.
Well,
so how
I
is
was-
that possible to be in two places at the same time?
Well, I was just gonna say that I was on the bus.
No, it's
that he was on the
impossible.
bus.
I could tell because I heard the bus driver, I heard the bus, and then when we talked to you, it sounded like you were just walking down the street.
You don't sound like the fugitive.
Well, I got off the bus and then I switched. That I just said.
Could you do the fugitive voice?
Yeah,
so we
you know
could-
that's bullshit.
Is this a fugitive caller?
That's nothing like the fugitive.
Doesn't even sound like
Is this a fugitive caller?
Anthony, we got Mel Cardstand on the phone right now.
All right.
Mel Cardstand?
Yes, Greg, Tony, I want to press full charges. Enough of this.
He can't hear you, Mr. Cardstand, but he's got now he's got the headphones on. This is good.
Yeah, what I was saying, Greg, Tony, I want you to press full charges. This is not a game. Howard Stern needed some pocket money. That is his pocket money. I want this. I want this prosecuted to the fullest.
All right, so Mel wants to prosecute.
You want to say something to Mel Cardstand?
I knew you were a stern-ass kisser. I did not do this.
Wow.
I'm sorry. This is not a joke.
Bobo, this is
not
that's not a joke.
No time to,
Well, I did not do this.
Tell him as the fugitive.
Why is
so he
five
knows.
slow?
I was. It was just a.
lying. You're clearly lying, sir.
I'm not lying. I just made up this character.
He doesn't believe you. You have to talk to him like the fugitive, so he'll at least hear it.
I'll do the voice to prove it.
Go ahead.
This is the fugitive caller. I took $10,000 while Mel Cardstand was asleep.
Stop it right now. You're not him.
Is that
You're
a
not.
confession? Was that a confession? you just
Okay,
gave?
saying it.
That was me, dude. That was me doing that voice.
No, you just confessed.
Mel, we're sending him downtown, so see what the
Yeah,
NYPD
it's
has.
Friday. The problem is it's Friday, and there's no judge that works over the weekend, so he'll probably be in central booking until Monday. But because it's a holiday week, it might be sometime in the middle of next week before he gets out.
What? You want to make a phone call, Bobo? Because your family's going to need to know where you are. You got your phone on you? Kenny, is he allowed to make one phone call
Yes,
before
of
you guys
course.
bring him down to the cops on the street?
That is his right.
There is no.
We're getting your phone, Bobo.
There's no.
And then
judge on
Kenny,
the weekend.
and then Kenny's going to bring you downstairs where the cops are waiting to bring you downtown for further questioning.
Did you Miranda him?
And tell him the proceeds. You're going to get an witness. Tell him that whole part.
Oh, what?
Yeah. That's what I heard would happen.
What?
Doing this bit.
We don't
Wait. But you were saying that the fugitive needed an inno to. So you were trying to steal an inno to give to the fugitive. Then you were trying to steal an inno.
That doesn't bolster your case any when you're trying to steal something
I would
else.
say the fugitive, but in fact, all this time it was me.
Yeah, so when we said we wanted to give the fugitive an inno, you said, as the fugitive, give it to Bobo. So you were trying to steal, to mislead us into giving you an inno that was meant for someone else.
Right. To perpetuate the fraud, right?
Right.
Buck?
Right.
It was just part of the bit. I figured maybe I figured you guys would have enjoyed that bit that I would have maybe.
What, you're stealing from Mel and then stealing an inno?
A crime?
No, this was not a. I never even stole the money.
I heard the fugitive and you both yell at the same time.
Yep.
No,
We heard that.
I never stole. That never happened.
You said what was the thing?
We love
We love O&A. We heard both of you do it together.
That was me trying to do the thing about me and him trying to talk at the same
Let me see you
time.
do it. That's not true.
Me love O&A. It took me
That
difficult.
sounds, what?
I was trying to imitate two people talking at the same time.
All right, Bobo, it's time for your phone call.
Yeah.
Because you're really going to be gone
You
for the
got
weekend.
one call.
And then Kenny, bring him downstairs for the detective.
Who are you going to call?
Because I ain't getting
I'm going to
involved
call
with
a
this
friend
shit.
of mine.
Okay.
He's
I
a
would
very
call
trusted-
Ghostbusters.
What's that?
Calling?
A friend of mine.
Who?
I'm going to call a friend of mine, Rob.
Does he have bail money?
Yeah, he does.
Rob, appropriate that you
Kenny,
hang
how
out with the
much
guy
do you
that
think
does
he's
that.
going to need?
Rob, yeah, really.
Actually, his name is
10,000?
Robert.
You're going to need $10,000 just for the bail.
This counts as 3 lifelines.
How,
Put it on speaker.
yeah, put it on speakerphone.
He has to be told, though, the guy.
Yeah, you could just talk to him.
Say we're on the radio.
Yeah.
Are you calling him, Bobo? Jesus Christ.
Meet the Mets ringtone.
Someone keeps
Wow.
bringing his phone.
Bobo's phone number was also given out on Twitter last week, so
All
everyone has
right.
it.
So Meet the Mets is his ring. He's got to know he's on the.
Yeah, you got to tell
Yeah.
him that.
You got to tell him he's on the radio.
I'll turn off the mic, so just babble while I talk to him for a second.
You know you're on the radio right now.
There you go.
Okay, good.
I'm doing good. Did you hear about the whole thing? The whole thing. I'm sure you listened to the show, Rob. You heard about how I did that fugitive caller. Yes. That was me all this time, and I never stole any money. I didn't.
no.
I didn't steal it, Rob. How could you say that to me?
Kenny?
Now
No,
his
I
own
didn't
friend
steal
is
it,
turning
Rob.
over on him.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dude.
Oh, come on. That's a bit harsh, Rob. No one actually stole the money.
Yes, they did. It's missing.
I just made up this whole thing from a phone conversation with Danny and Travis. I'm gonna need to get bailed out. But I didn't steal the money, Rob. I didn't steal the money, Rob.
Your old friends don't believe you.
Yeah. He must be dishonest.
Kenny, how much time does he have left here? You better plead your case.
That's Opie in the background. Now, are you hearing the show live? Do you have the radio on? Yeah, I know. Thanks, Opie and Anthony,
All right,
for
all right,
introducing me to him. But
All right, Bobo.
unfortunately, I need help though.
Hurry up, Bobo. You got to wrap up your phone call. Plead.
Oh, no.
No, I was set up.
Kenny's got to go.
I was set up.
Kenny, grab him.
I was set up.
All right, they're taking his headphones off.
Oh, no.
Bobo, is there anything you want to say real fast? They're yanking you out of here. The detectives are downstairs.
I'll return as soon as I get out of this. I'll return.
All right, please call us when you can. Kenny.
All right, I'll return. You guys will see me when I get out of this.
All right.
I'll rebound from this.
You'll rebound? You're going to rebound from this?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You a
I'm
little
sure.
upset about jail? You heard?
A little bit upset, all right? I just hope maybe Thanksgiving may have been messed up, but hopefully Christmas won't be.
You probably heard some nasty things that happen in jail, right?
Tell them what you want for dinner. A tossed salad.
Take a tossed salad.
All right, Kenny, bring him downstairs to the detectives, please.
Yeah.
See you guys. I'll be back.
Will you be back, Bobo?
All
You
right.
think you'll be back?
The cops are waiting downstairs, Bobo.
Okay. All right, look, I
thought he was going to faint.
I feel so bad.
I can't do this.
I feel so
Listen,
bad.
I want to cry. This is horrible.
So funny. He was starting to cry and say,
For the record, I'm still in. I just I can't help
Dude, he was
myself.
starting to cry.
I'm
He's
sorry,
very sad.
Jimmy was filming and actually put his iPhone down.
I'll return from this.
I'll rebound.
I'll rebound. He's starting to cry.
I had nothing to do with this.
Oh, poor Bobo.
We said Thanksgiving's ruined, but hopefully
But
not.
hopefully Christmas won't be.
Jesus. God, I wish we had a uniform cop up here.
Oh, God.
What I wanted was them to say the cops are waiting downstairs and then just, tape them as they bring them down into the lobby where the cops are waiting. Can we still get that done, Danny, really fast?
Poor
I thought you almost fainted right there.
I know.
audio
He
tape,
was-
so we can get the audio on the air.
He was really upset.
I had not
really upset.
We have
I
to
think,
tell him. We have to tell him on the air. We
Hell
have
fucking
to.
no.
You have to.
Oh, fucking no.
Poor
Could
guy.
you be any more evil?
Fucking no.
We have to.
Can I see
feel
the three?
so bad
I
for
want to
him.
see the 3 6s in your fucking scalp.
Look, I don't got pit stains. I'm dry
I
as can
feel
be.
so bad. That
Fuck.
poor little dummy. That poor Joel. Really thinks he's going to jail.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's just that when he gets quiet, he's like, I'll be bound from this. And he goes,
Bound from
yeah,
this.
like, I'll be back. Like he's gonna have a triumphant return.
Oh, God. What a.
Rob was good
dummy.
though. His friend was good.
He knows.
Fucking Rob, wherever
knows
you are.
it.
Do we know Rob? I don't know. Rob fucking played his part.
What kind of a
Perfect.
dummy knows nothing about the judicial
Danny, we
system?
doing it?
That kind.
You give him his last phone call, or his only phone call in the studio. He wasn't read his rights.
We're going to take a break. They're walking him downstairs to meet up with the detective.
And then he has
we
to be-
should have audio of that, hopefully, and maybe they'll let him off the hook down in the lobby. I don't know. I strongly say we don't, but I'm just one vote.
We should let him off the hook up here.
Yeah. He'll kill himself.
You know what? I'm going home early if you're doing that.
At the end, we'll end it that way. Can't.
We'll figure it out next. A big tisk to Vince in Bayonne. I really thought he knew better. I think I finally had enough of Opie. He's got no conscience at all. Bobo is a mentally disabled idiot.
Oh, don't
Wait, understand
bash Bobo like that.
Wait, understand the show, Vince. How long have you been listening?
No, leave him alone.
So what happened?
Kenny?
Yeah, that mic's not working today, bro.
That one's busted. That mic is busted.
So we told Bobo that the detectives were waiting for him downstairs.
Yeah, so Bobo was escorted outside, down the elevator, and in the lobby.
In the lobby, hold it right there, because I want to hear the audio as you guys were dragging him downstairs.
Okay, well, this is starting from when he left the studio then.
Yeah, it's going to be off a clip, so just bear with us. We don't have time to put it on something better.
Say real fast, they're yanking you out of here. The detectives are downstairs.
I'll return as soon as I get out of this. I'll return.
Please call us when you can.
All right, I'll return. You guys will see me when I get out of this.
All right.
I'll rebound from this.
You're gonna rebound from this? Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're a little upset about jail?
A little bit upset, all right? I just hope maybe Thanksgiving may have been messed up, but hopefully Christmas won't be.
You probably heard some nasty things that happen in jail, right?
Tell them what you want for dinner, a tossed salad. Say.
I'll just take a tossed salad. I'll see you guys. I'll be back.
Will you be back, Bobo?
Yeah.
This is when he leaves the studio.
The cops are waiting downstairs.
We're getting this for evidence, Bobo. That's why we're recording.
Your old friend, Bobo, doesn't believe you. He's going to testify against you.
He's going into the office. Get his stuff.
Yeah, definitely explain what's going on the video.
Yeah, he's getting his stuff. He's getting his jacket and stuff on.
That was good.
No, that's not mine.
Take it.
That was for you guys.
No, take it.
He's talking about the turkey that he brought for everyone.
Yeah, to be real nice, you know.
Kenny's making him bring it with him because he said he's going to be hungry.
Oh.
So you don't want any? You guys don't want it?
No, you're gonna be hungry in there.
Oh,
We'll see you next year, Bobo.
Now he's walking.
First offense?
Yeah.
It's your first offense, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully I'll be able to prove my innocence.
He's walking to the elevators.
The person who set me up.
The echo of the elevator back.
I will find that person.
He'll find the person that set him up. It's like the real fugitive.
He had a whole group following him, taking pictures of him.
You gonna ride down with him or just let him get picked out there? Okay. They're waiting for you down there.
I will find this person.
He's getting in the elevator.
I will find this person.
What are you gonna do when you find him?
When I find him, I will beat him up.
How badly?
Or I'll beat him up badly. I'm talking UFC. Badly. I want him to look like the guy who lost the UFC fight.
Aren't you worried that you're not gonna be able to fight well in jail?
I'm worried. There's somebody, Cole Master Cole. Your old security guy. That guy knew some stuff.
Alright, Bobo, this is it. End of the line. Right out that door. They're waiting outside, Bobo. The guy right there. Those two right there.
That would,
Right there.
that's Kenny pointing him in the direction of,
Just two people in suits.
Yeah. Yeah, just two random people standing in the lobby in suits.
He goes, go ahead, turn yourself over to him.
Did he walk up to him?
Walk up to him and surrender?
Yeah, no, we ran in the elevator, giggling.
So he just surrendered to two office workers in the lobby.
He walked up to two random people in suits. And you guys ran for the elevator like children.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that is funny.
he put his hands out and everything, like he was gonna get cuffed.
Oh, God.
That's how we leave it.
What they must have thought.
You guys keep that going somewhere, just trying to figure it out.
Wandering the lobby, trying to find somebody to arrest them.
What's two people just standing there talking to each other in their business suits?
Yeah, just standing in the lobby.
They weren't even dark suits. They were both wearing tan business
Oh,
suits.
that is fucking funny, man.
Yeah, there they are. Go ahead.
Wow.
I'm here to get arrested.
Oh, God. Wow. Guy. I feel bad.
I wonder if they took him.
It'd be funny if they were like they ran a sex slavery ring.
Yes.
And they just happened to be there, and they took him and he sold into male prostitution.
They see his cock and leave him on the side of the road, kick him out of the van.
It's functional.
What is that? I've had 48 surgeries.
Oh, wow. The end.
That's, and there he is, like, just wandering around.
Did anyone else hear the gulping
lobby.
when he was trying to...
Yeah. He was
Travis,
trying
did
to
you
talk.
isolate the gulp?
Yeah, I got it. You want it?
Yeah,
Oh,
listen
let's
to
get
this
some
gulp.
Gulping.
But they didn't
But they
set you
beat
up
you
because
down.
they didn't take the money.
Where do you think that 10 grand is?
Oh, there's a double in there. Can't hear that again. But they didn't
they
set you
beat
up
you
because
down.
they didn't take the money.
Where do you think that 10 grand is?
I think I gulped after.
Oh, really?
I've never gulped.
That was a movie gulp, like a cartoon gulp.
That was like the word gulp flying out of his mouth.
Wow. Poor little feller. Well, that's, I guess that's how the saga of the fugitive ends.
I think so.
Bobo was taken into custody by two nobodies.
By two fucking people that work in the, one of the offices.
What did one of the guys that work for Letterman say? I don't want to say his name.
Oh, he
We got a
said-
few big fans over there that write for Letterman.
He had a really great idea. He goes, you guys ought to somehow figure a way out of it for him. So then he thinks he really is the fugitive. It's like for the whole time he's worried, like the holidays. he thinks we're
He thinks he's gonna
we would have done that if we were coming back Monday, but 10 days we'll just forget. And who knows what he'll do in 10 days. He might relocate.
No, then Kenny said what? About Florida?
Yeah, no, when I heard that,
right,
I told him, look, become the real fugitive. You got someplace to hide? He goes, I could go to Florida.
Like Rico Rizzo.
Yeah, exactly. Go piss your pants.
Rico, it's Ratso Rizzo, stupid.
Really?
Yeah. It's Rico Rizzo.
Back to you, Rich.
Oh, no.
It's Ratso Rizzo from Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
Ratso Rizzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's must have been what was on his birth certificate when he was, born. As
Rico Rizzo?
Ratso must have been written on there. It couldn't have
Yeah.
been a nickname.
Just because you were in high school when that movie came out, how can you not call me Rico in my own goddamn house?
See, his name's Rico. They called him Ratso.
Oh, yeah. My name's Rico, not Ratso. You're right.
I know,
Sorry.
right?
You're right. Now you've got to tell you.
A little blunder on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say hi to Mongo
Are you the
trucker.
fugitive?
You're going to be the next fugitive.
Yeah.
Fugitive. The guy. Mongo.
Yeah, this is like an episode of T.I.
That was a good one.
Well, a lot of people liked that bit, and others didn't.
Some
What can I
people
tell
get
you?
a little attached to
I kind of
the
enjoyed
little
that whole
feller.
thing.
I felt a little bad at
I
the
felt
end there.
very bad at one point.
Yeah, when he started really breaking up.
Oh, Jesus
Getting
Christ.
ready to cry. You got that, Travis? We heard it on the phone, but I want to hear mic quality because you can really hear
Absolutely.
how upset he was getting.
All right, they're taking his headphones off.
Oh, no.
Bobo, is there anything you want to say real fast? They're yanking you out of here. The detectives are downstairs.
I'll return as soon as I get out of this. I'll return.
All right, please call us when you can. Kenny.
All right, I'll return. You guys will see me when I get out of this.
All right.
I'll rebound from this.
You'll rebound? You're going to rebound from this?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You a little
sure.
upset about jail? You heard?
A little bit upset, all right? I just hope maybe Thanksgiving may have been messed up, but hopefully Christmas won't be.
You probably heard he's writing off things that happen in jail, right?
Tell them what you want for dinner. A tossed salad. Say it.
I'll just take a tossed salad.
All right, Kenny, bring him downstairs to the detectives, please.
Oh, I just want to see if Bobo was here, carved into a beam at his house.
Oh, my God. All right.
That felt horrible when I found out we weren't having that turkey.
You eat it. What the fuck are you doing, Rich?
I'm going to have a couple
It's
little...
like a goddamn restaurant over here for Rich.
Yeah, what are we over here? What are we, for the Grand Central Restaurant Station?
M&M's on oatmeal?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Holy shit, what a great idea.
Wow. I thought you were going to hack the shit out of him.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
What a great idea. Wait a minute.
There we go.
Wait.
Jimmy just took his bag of M&M's and put it on the floor.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on.
stomped them.
Why would you put Sweet and Low on your oatmeal that you just put M&M's on the top of?
Because this is all I have left in life. I have nothing else.
Well, why not just go with regular
wants-
sugar at that point?
Because that's not sweet enough.
You like the... I hate the
And you
sweetness of
sprinkle
Sweet
it
and Low.
on, and you don't mix it in. You sprinkle it on top, and then take a spoonful with it all sprinkled on top. And then what? You sprinkle more on as you got more on as you go on down.
Yes, I do.
Wow,
That's like a trailer
That's
park breakfast you got there.
Yeah, it really is. That is some trashy shit.
And I should know because I used to eat the famous margarine and sugar sandwich. For real.
Oh, those are great, man.
Wow. You were poor like me,
butter
right?
and fucking
Butter. You were
Yeah.
rich. We had margarine because that was cheaper.
Oh, it was?
On the fucking Pepperidge Farm bread. I've told this way too many times, but for
fucking
real.
Great.
Because that's what we ate. No cold cuts for the Hugheses.
Yeah, fuck that. If we did get cold cuts, we got like spice ham. It was like 30 cents for like
the olive shit in the middle of
I
your...
loved olive loaf.
Oh, is that what it's called? An olive loaf? Fuck.
Olive loaf was
a
awful.
fucking loaf eating a loaf.
Horrendous. Why would they ruin a nice piece of lunch meat with the olive shit?
Olive loaf.
Olive loaf, right.
Ugh. Oh, spiced ham.
And now you're drinking a fucking Coke on top of it? God bless you.
Was there cum on my chin?
not for 5 more minutes.
Trash. Here comes.
Now, Sam, you got to do a good job bringing everyone to the table because maybe there's people listening that have no idea what The Fugitive is all about.
Are you serious?
Well, I know there's a lot of faithful listeners that understand.
And they're
It's
all
kind of a big story.
You're
They're
talking...
off already with Fugitive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't take long.
Where the fuck... Patrice, Fugitive. Was that good?
No.
No.
Fugitive.
Oh, that's right.
Have you been trying to say The Fugitive? This motherfucker. I thought it
fugitive. It's the fugitive, motherfucker. What's the matter with you?
Fugitive.
A black guy's gonna tell me how to pronounce shit.
I thought he was like he was doing a play on future.
All right, wait.
It was a criminal from the future. The fugitive.
You know what? And the first 100 times they said it, it's driving everyone nuts. I don't even know that I'm saying it wrong.
He was supposed to be saying the fugitive.
I wish I was that smart.
I thought it was hilarious. The fugitive. I thought it was the fugitive.
I wish I was that smart.
That should be a movie title on like Sci-Fi Channel.
The fugitive.
So it's and he's a future fugitive.
I got it. No, I don't.
By the way, I can't look
Wait, I got
at
it.
Mega Shark and that other thing without thinking of you.
Yeah.
They just name it.
We might have to
Big
do
Octopus.
We might have to do another one of those.
Dude, I see those movies all the time now, and I just laugh my
Fugitive?
Fugitive. Like centrifuge.
Fugitive, yeah.
The Fugees.
That's the best part. I had no fucking idea. I was mispronouncing it that whole time until Anthony brought it up.
Fugitive.
There you go.
Yeah, now you got it.
Doesn't fugitive sound close?
Dude, no.
It's so
The fugitive. I swear on my life, I thought this was some play
on words.
That the guy was from the future.
Hey, if I could now say put instead of would, I can do this. I can do this with this fugitive thing.
Fugitive. There you go. Fugitive.
I think I got some dyslexia.
Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
What'd you say? Why are you pronouncing the English like that?
You ain't cool whip. Say cool. Say whip. Now say cool whip. Cool whip.
That is a good one. Patrice, that was awesome, man.
Oh,
you
man.
thought I made up my own word.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
Fugitive. See, I can do it.
Fugitive. No, it's not. It's not as great because I thought it was the fugitive.
See, unlike Voss, I do work. We would tell Voss how to pronounce the word, and then he would fugitive. Fugitive. All right, explain the thing. The thing, Sam.
Wow.
You're explaining it to the casual listener. There's many different listeners. P1, P2, E3s even. You're in that P2, P3 category with your.
Wow, let's see how good you are at.
P1, you just say, that fugitive thing. Well, here's the conclusion. They understand what you're talking about.
Of course.
But you're talking to the P2s and the P3s.
Now, it's been a while since we've even talked about this. You now have to fill in the listeners.
Okay.
I am not going to jump in. I want you to continue, go from beginning to end with your recap, and then we'll do a little critique and see if you left anything out.
Okay.
All right?
Well, the station we used to work for when we were on terrestrial radio used to be K-Rock and kicked us off and became 92.3 now, the hit radio station in New York, or one of the two. They had a promotion where they claimed there was $10,000 in cash stored in their promotions office, and some mystery bandit made off with the money and then started calling the station and announcing that at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 6 p.m., weekdays, Monday through Friday, he or she would be giving clues as to their identity, and the only way that the station would get the $10,000 back is if somebody went up to that person and said, "Are you the 92.3 now $10,000 fugitive?" And, of course, the person that did that would also get a $10,000 reward for doing it. Yes.
Sorry.
And we also learned that a million radio stations have done the same promotion.
Yes.
Across America and Canada.
And I was also informed England. So there has been a 10,000 pound or whatever fugitive in England. Yes.
Right.
Iraq.
Anthony, Keith from Niagara Falls just gave me my out. Opie lived too close to the Canadian border in his formative years.
Oh, and you got that accent? They say fugitive? They were hunted for a fugitive?
Is that the setup?
I think so.
Does
that work?
That was pretty good.
I wish it would have.
I liked it.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, I think you hit it. You got it.
But with the thing, they're trying, the DJs are playing it off like this is a real criminal calling the radio station.
Very hacky, very corny, very obvious that it's a station promotion. and they would. On various other stations that did the same promotion, they would have press conferences where the GM would come out and announce how we've gotten $10,000 have been stolen from us and we are searching for the fugitive.
But the press...
And meanwhile, like, it's a big deal that they were robbed, yet they set up a web page for it.
Right.
Of course. Fancy logo.
And the press, when the GM's talking, it's all interns. It's obvious that's
with
interns.
pencils and paper like
they
it's
can't
the 30s.
afford real clothes or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got the footage of the...
You could do it.
Fugitive.
There you go.
Stealing the actual money. Yeah. And then they post that on their website.
It's very hacky.
The beauty is that Sam was talking to us before the show. No one gave a shit here in New York City that they had to give extremely easy clues to just get rid of this bit, right?
Well, yeah, the thing is nobody knew it was happening because there aren't a lot of people listening to 92.3 Now FM.
No.
We plug it all the time on this show, and there's still not a lot of people listening.
No one cared about this promotion.
No, and everybody...
We did more than anyone else.
Yes. They were hoping that, I mean, New York City would just be a buzz with activity where everyone's just, like, touching everybody, going, are you the fugitive? Are you the fugitive?
But nobody did, and so the thing just went on and on and on. I think it started in October. I mean, a radio promotion should not go for...
hell no.
2 months like this.
Well, we finally got the conclusion, thank God. We start with the fugitive calling Tic Tac.
And the Freak Show.
And the Freak Show. And the voice changer breaks.
The fugitive, yeah, because he would call in with a voice changer so nobody could figure out who he was.
I gotcha. So, okay.
And the voice changer starts to break.
So the apparatus the fugitive is using to change his voice breaks down. So now you're going to hear a piece of his real voice.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Toro, have you come up with an answer of who this fugitive is that stole $10,000 from us? You know, it's commercial-free Monday at 92.3 Now. You could win $10 grand if you go up to anybody you know, say, are you the 92.3 Now $10,000 fugitive? This guy's been given clues. What line? 7. Fugitive? Yep. All right, hello.
Hello, Mr. Tic Tac. Are you ready for some dinner?
Dude, it's not a guy. Hold on. Yes, Mr. Fugitive.
Maybe I should go over to your house and see what you have in your refrigerator. Hey, is this thing working? I gotta go.
I told you, Tic Tac. That's a girl. The fugitive is a woman. I cannot believe it. She is. She messed up. We got her. That's a girl, right? Yes.
Please tell me it's not our pal Jody.
Is
it Jody?
I can't spoil who the fugitive is.
You know who the fugitive is?
Oh, yeah.
Someone that works for the station, on air.
Do you want me? Well,
oh my God.
No. It's no. It's nobody that we know. The fugitive did not turn out to be anybody that we knew.
But who's the fugitive?
I don't know what that means.
From the future.
I love Patrice's reaction to that whole thing. The fugitive calls Lisa Page.
Yeah, because Lisa Page is the. They don't have a morning show since we left.
Yeah, that was smart.
In March or April or whenever it was that we left.
That was smart. We had really good ratings.
So Lisa Page is their midday jock.
Right, great.
92.3 Now. Are you asking everybody that you know and you see and strangers and whoever? No. Are you the 92.3 Now $10,000 fugitive?
And the answer would be a big no, right?
No, nobody has been asking that question.
Because I believe that she is on the line. Hello. Well. Look who it is, the fugitive. Long time no here.
The cheap voice daily I bought online broke. That was not what I planned. So now you know my gender.
Wait, so your chick, clearly. Now, you did not call me at 10 o'clock, so you owe me 2 bits of information. I'm demanding them now.
Well, don't get cocky. I'm still way ahead of you, even if you know my gender.
I don't really think so,
it only
sweetheart.
narrows it down by 50%. But just so you know, I'm a girly girl. I love my dermatologist. I love my shoes. And I have a phobia about dirty fingernails. Apply that to everyone you know. Maybe I'm on that list.
Okay, and you need to give me one more, girlfriend, before we hang up.
You know I take the subway, but I also drive, and I told you I suck at it. Lots and lots of tickets. I wonder if there's a search engine for that. How about this? My license plate starts with an M.
Okay, great. And what kind of car? Sedan, SUV?
Goodbye, Lisa.
Wait, don't hang up yet. I have more questions. Bitch!
Patrice, your thought?
Yes.
Or thoughts?
Yes.
Yes.
You weren't listening either. I don't blame you, though. I really don't blame you.
That's the problem. That people.
I don't blame
have
you.
to say yes to this.
People
I don't
hear-
blame you.
They hear this.
We'll get through this.
And they go,
I really don't blame you. This is why
you
we do.
motherfucker! And you did like a teacher does when he sees a student. Mr. O'Neill, what's your thoughts on what we're talking about here?
No.
Yes.
I was using you to prove a very good point that no one gives a shit.
No one cares.
Even as we sit here and try to listen.
I
You know
was
how
trying,
hard it is to just listen in general, but to really try to listen and then you still can't listen because
was
you don't
phasing
give a
out.
shit?
right. What were the clues that they just gave?
All right, in all honesty?
Yes. What clues? Because that's how we know if the promotion's effective. What clues?
And I'm not even going to... All
Okay.
right, so we just played a clip. It was about 1:15.
There was a whole bunch of clues.
What do you mean there were a whole bunch? How many?
She gave like at least 3 clues besides her gender.
Dermatologist. She loves she's a girly girl.
Okay.
And she has a phobia about dirty fingernails.
Okay, and what was the final
Twat,
clue?
wait. This
license
isn't
plate
touch.
starts
Oh,
with
well,
an M.
twat.
Driving.
Yes.
Thank you.
You guys are good. You are
Thank you, Skittles.
You are invested.
Hates the train.
You're the
hates the
teacher's
train.
pet.
Loves
How you doing?
driving,
Making us all look bad.
but is a bad driver.
Right.
So do you know anyone like that maybe you could go up to and say, hey, are you the 92.3 fugitive?
$10,000 fugitive.
Wait,
Yeah.
they just said all that?
Yes. But see, that's the type of thing that makes people not care about something like this. Because they're going to be like, there's too many details here. I don't care. I'm not even going to try.
I can't be bothered.
Just get back to the music.
Oh, my God.
I don't care when they give it away.
Yeah, all right, we're getting there.
There's still more clues to be given.
Fuck.
But I get to say fugitive 4 more times. The fugitive starts giving
All
very
right.
obnoxious clues to Tic Tac.
Take care. Have a good sleep, buddy.
I'm gonna open up my text line 69923. What are you doing?
Thanks for popping by.
Monday, the phone sex operator. I'm calling her the fugitive, the phone sex operator.
Hello, Tic Tac.
Yeah.
It's nice to have you back in the studio.
Toro, she's trying to talk dirty to me. You can tell fugitive wants me.
Tic Tac. You think you're so funny.
Just keep bringing those clues because somebody's gonna win that 10 grand you stole.
Well, where do I walk past each and every day? The 86th Street and Lex substation will bring you some pay.
Huh?
Yeah, that's right. Keep thinking about that one. Goodbye, Tic Tac.
That's like an obvious...
There was nothing. That's the thing. They dropped the whole clue thing. There was nothing to think about. It's just, okay, well...
Like, go here.
They're at the 86 and Lex
For the
subway
love of God, just go here.
Yeah.
This is a week and a half before the culprit was found out. So they're telling him, I will be at this subway station every single day. And
So now they're
nobody-
just waiting for the first person to give a shit to actually go there.
Nobody went to the subway
For a
station.
week and a half?
The whole time. They
For
didn't find
$10,000?
They didn't find him at the subway station. Nobody heard it. Nobody's listening.
Oh, my God.
Nobody listens to
What
Tic Tac and the Freak Show.
That's so
Except me.
embarrassing. Well, you had to for the show.
Well, I still listen.
The
It's a good
fugitive
afternoon
calls
show.
Lisa Page. She's no longer even sort of hiding her voice.
Yes.
So they're just...
They gave up.
Oh,
They
my-
gave up. And the thing...
This is not how it's supposed to end if you've been looking at the videos online.
Some intel that we received was that the people at the station, like this is a corporate promotion, the people at the station hate it as much as we do. And if you listen, they don't mention the fugitive unless it's the break where the fugitive calls.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they just don't want to even deal with it.
Acknowledge it, right.
And the second...
Nothing better than a promotion that corporate comes up with for you.
The second that the fugitive was found, all fugitive stuff from the website was totally gone. There's no mention of any fugitive on the Now website.
They knew it was a bust.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They knew it was a complete bomb.
They didn't even post the show audio of the fugitive being found.
Wow, yeah. That
There was a video that I had to find. of him
That's
being-
But the corporate guys will
complete
continue
fuck
with
up.
their jobs. They will never, like Jimmy was saying, they'll never get fired.
Yeah.
They'll now
Someone should
start
have been fired over that.
right. They'll now start firing their on-air people because the ratings
We're
aren't
not
coming
pushing
in.
it
Even though
good enough.
corporate came up with the lame fucking promotion, business just blows.
Tic Tac and the Freak Show is too big a moneymaker to fire
How
right
come
now.
corporate doesn't do radio shows?
What?
How come
Do the show
corporate
yourself.
they don't just do radio shows since they are?
Yeah, they
like,
might as well.
they know
They're smart
so much
enough to
about
have
it.
all this other stuff
They
happen.
really think they're smarter than. Don't get me started. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They don't fire each other. They fire everybody over and over again.
You always end up getting mad when we play these clips. This is supposed to be fun.
they're infuriating.
Because I used to love this
Horrible
business,
radio.
and what it has become is ridiculous. You're still lucky in the stand-up world. Although things are changing in the stand-up world, they're changing.
I told you I used to be funny till I started stand-up comedy. It was hilarious till this.
They just beat you down.
Bullshit gets into you, you know.
And you know, it's slowly starting to happen here. And this was the place where you're supposed to have all the freedom
Do you know why?
and not be censored.
Because the people.
And I just beg these guys down the hall, don't make the same fucking mistakes that commercial radio made in the last 10, 15 years.
The people we used to tease on the back of the bus and in the lunchroom are running.
Yeah, we all know that.
The shit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
The people that we used to laugh at are now the boss.
And we escape all those people and come to like satellite radio or whatever, and then they slowly find their way in here. How we keep letting them in? It's our own fault.
It's your fault, exactly. It's your
You know
fault.
what? The internet, it is our fault.
It is.
The internet, what year, Anthony? We were in Boston, so like mid-90s?
Mid-90s, yeah.
Mid-90s was an amazing place. And those same people got into the internet thing.
Yeah, now it's just...
The censorship that's going on the internet is unbelievable.
Well,
Is internet censorship?
Thank God.
Holy shit, is it? Yes, it is.
Well,
It's
how?
getting
What's
worse
going on?
every day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you just go with YouTube, for example, no nudity, none of that.
Well,
you
that's
know.
YouTube.
That's not how it was. No, that's the point I'm making.
I kind of like
well,
it because...
Google Safe Search off is pretty good.
Yeah, I've been able to pop up...
Google Safe Search. Yeah, you're
plenty
right.
good shit
Safe
there.
Search,
Turn that
Safe
shit
Search
off.
is not bad.
There's a lot of video sites that are free.
But the point is, it's a lot different than 10 years ago already, and they're not stopping here.
Well, yeah, like 10 years ago, you had Napster where you could get any song, and now half the videos on YouTube don't even have audio because they don't want you even listening to their song on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious to everyone that it's slowly happening into the internet as well. I mean, there's still a lot of...
Is that going to be so bad to people who are out in front? See, that's not going to be so bad.
The internet exploded because we all wanted that type of entertainment. And they're slowly, you understand, they're slowly taking it back.
Yeah, but let me...
So then where do we go after that? Because, I mean, as human beings, we want all that shit.
The point is, this show becomes more popular because now people can't do as much. I'm just giving the devil's advocate. And also, it's less people who are not going to matter are going to have no platform. So they go back into under their rocks.
Yeah.
So because people who are out in front are going to be still in front. It's still going to be TV. You know what I mean? And it's still going to be internet, but it's going to be, you know, a little less when they start doing it. And I'm not a censorship motherfucker. I'm just saying that people who are on the internet, there's some people who just shouldn't have a voice. And the internet gives everyone a voice.
A public voice. You're
Not
right.
everyone should have a public voice.
Some people should just stay in their fucking bedrooms and talk to themselves.
Some people should just listen and just listen.
All right.
Contribute.
Let's get to the end of this dumb bit. So you got the fugitive calls Lisa Page. Yeah, she's no longer even sort of hiding her voice. They just want this promotion done.
Just
finally.
so sick of it.
It's such a bust.
92.3 New York's new hit music channel. It's Lisa Page. I got a few emails last night. Are you the 92.3 now $10,000 fugitive? Please. 10,000. I would have blown through that money in 2 seconds. Black Friday alone. We've got the sketch, and we know that it is a female.
Good morning, Lisa.
Oh my gosh, really? It's you again?
How did you sleep last night?
Well, of course it's you again. You just set up the phone call.
Is it?
Did you guys see the sketch of The Fugitive they released?
Yeah.
That's Michael Jackson.
The Fugitive.
It's a lot of different things. It's John Cena.
China. Little China in
Yeah.
there.
Who else?
Patrick Swayze.
Jay Leno.
One of the Kardashian sisters. The ugly one.
Oof.
Who got pretty for about 2 weeks and went back to being ugly.
Oof. Is that
She
one?
couldn't
That's not Lamar Odom's wife, right?
Fuck yeah. She was pretty for 2 weeks and then went right back to where she's supposed to be.
He is on the defensive. I see something the other day. I guess
What is wrong with him?
She had a fight with a tranny, and then the reporter asked Lamar, "Hey, what's the deal with that fight you had with that tranny?" He goes, "Watch your mouth," because he thought he was insulting his wife.
Oh, shit.
That's how he processed that information, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
And she really had a fight with a tranny, but his wife is he's been getting it so bad about what his wife looks like.
Yeah.
Dude, she looked like China the whole time. And then she got pretty. She really did. She lost a ton of weight. I don't know what the hell she did. And now she's back to looking like China again. She was here, 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
Did you take a look at her, Sam?
Yeah.
Does she look like China?
She does. Plus, she was next to Kim.
Yeah,
and Kim is like...
tough, yeah.
Next to Kim with all that juice. She's got a lot of juice.
You can't stand next to Kim Kardashian.
Kim's got all the juice.
Oh, is she gorgeous?
And her sister looks like she's dehydrated.
Except she lost a bunch of weight now. She doesn't look as good as she used to.
I like
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, really?
I liked the other one that got herself stupid knocked up.
Yeah, I thought she was the best.
Courtney.
Yeah.
I don't know their
They
names.
showed her in a
Why?
fucking bikini.
And niggas
a few
love
times.
them.
Holy
Fucking
shit.
Reggie Bush.
Oh my God, they were all
Ray
They're
J and
all
Lamar
fucking-
Odom. They just love some Kardashian.
You know what that is?
and the
also-
mother's fucking that tranny Bruce Jenner.
You know what the best
The old
thing
lesbian,
is, though?
Bruce Jenner.
The neighbor from Married with Children.
See, we don't talk about the show. We don't talk about the Kardashian show on this program, and we really should, because Bruce Jenner is in fucking hell. And we're all old enough to know him as that sports hero of the world on the box of Wheaties, and those broads could give a shit what he did with his life.
You know
he
what
was the man.
You know what the greatest thing
Now
is?
he's something else.
They all date black guys, and Robert Kardashian, the father, who is dead now,
because he
has
defended
to look,
OJ. By the way,
has to look down because he defended OJ and watch his little girls dating giant big cocked black guys.
As everyone's daughter wants to.
You think so?
That was extremely racist in front of Patrice O'Neal.
Fuck it.
That was
Every guy, every father out there wants their daughter to go out with a black guy.
But listen to what you said.
Facts of life.
Listen to what you said.
Yeah.
It's like every woman on planet Earth wants to know what it's like to fuck this legendary Negro.
Oh, maybe they do. Yeah,
but
I don't know.
But why is it so forbidden? Why are white guys? You bring a white guy to a Chinese family, it's like, holy, thank God. Thank the Jesus, Lord Christ. You found yourself a white man. But you bring a nigga, man, it's all about the size of the dick that bothers the daddy.
I think it's like, you're going to think that it's just about the fucking and the big dick, and she's probably going to be treated poorly.
Why do we have that reputation?
I don't know, because I watch fucking cops.
But he's robbing a liquor store so he can bring money home to his white woman.
You know, that is thoughtful. I never thought of it that way.
He shot that Indian guy at a gas station just so he could. His woman wanted cigarettes. He couldn't afford it, and he had to go get some. And he committed a murder on the way.
Ah, shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Why is it
it
so?
is just
why?
a forbidden thing.
Just for a minute,
tell you the
come down off of evil racist mountain for a second.
Okay.
Why can't
Wait, it's taking me a little while.
Why can't?
I got to set up some rigging. I've been up here.
He's got to find a Sherpa for that mission. Is it Sherpa or Sherpa?
Sherpa.
It is Sherpa? Fuck.
From the future.
Yeah, but I always make that mistake. Sherpa or Serpa?
From the future.
Motherfucker, that was a good line, too, if I had the right word in there. God damn it, that's my problem. I'd be funny if I knew the right words.
What? Please,
this forbidden. The reason it's forbidden with what? With all white guys, or just with the fathers of daughters?
Every woman, other than black women, because they get to fuck black men without no problem, is every woman, every race of woman or ethnicity of woman wants to fuck a black guy. At some point, they want to know what it's like. But they're the most wanted to be fucked individuals, and the least can be fucked. It's so taboo for any group. Indian women, horrible to black dudes. Asian women, horrible to black dudes. It's rare. The only time an Asian woman mostly is with a black guy is one, and they met in the shitty war. Like some old black dude has an Asian woman. Or some magical nigga, like a Lenny Kravitz type of guy, half dreadlocks, half afro with sparkles. And I just want to know why the fuck that none of these girls can just fuck a black guy. Why? Other than just pure racism. Give me something logic.
I'm trying to think. It might just be pure racism. There is just I think it puts a stigma on the girl.
It ruins
like
her?
she's fucking damaged goods after that. You know, she's all stretched
Do you think
out.
there's any white guy that doesn't really care?
No, I think any white guy would give a shit.
Like even a pretend, like, I don't mind.
Liberal,
blah,
like,
blah,
I'm
blah, blah,
so,
blah.
I'm very liberal, and this is fine, and I have no problem with this goddamn fucking son of a bitch.
One of the hottest sex scenes in movie history was that movie with Michael Douglas, the drug one.
Oh, that wasn't
Traffic.
That was fucking tragic.
Where she's fucking getting plowed by the black drug dealer, the white broad, and Michael Douglas is right outside the door.
His little
and
girl
you know
just
she's
getting fucking plowed.
And you know she's getting plowed because she needs the drugs so bad.
She's all high.
That is a hot fucking scene. Man.
I feel bad. I felt bad for white father.
That was bad,
Yeah,
man.
that's the ultimate right there. I think that's what Anthony's basically saying. That is the ultimate scenario right
It's also
there.
the whole. You think it's always going to be some gangster guy, you know? Yeah, take your girl out, yo. What fucking, you know, and they're doing the ass dance and fucking out at the club just humping and shit.
What's up, Mr. Kumia? What up, man?
And not just.
Good to meet you, dude.
Oh,
Do I
shit.
call you Aunt? Do I call you? I love your radio
Call
show,
me.
and I
You're gonna
love
be-
your daughter.
I will be called defendant for your murder.
Hey, tell Ope I said what's up, and yo, and what time you want me to bring your daughter home?
Don't. Here's the difference.
I'll get another one.
Here's the difference between Ann and I will have kids and has no desire to have kids. I just know I have to be out of radio before, if I have a daughter, she starts dating, and I'm out.
You gotta
That's
leave
my
the
limit
business.
right there.
You gotta
Really?
leave the business.
Yeah.
I know as bad as I've treated women, my daughter, I'm gonna have a daughter with 10 vaginas that all work.
That's not all
some
work.
disease.
That'll be your payback.
That'll be my payback. She'll have one on her elbow, on her neck.
10 guys all fucking.
She falls down, Daddy. I fell and came.
I scraped my knee and I came to 4 out of my 5 vaginas. Holy shit.
Ouch! Let me tell you something, young lady. Ow, Daddy, that feels good. You motherfucker.
Anthony, talking about sex scenes, well, you got the hardcore, too. That was a pretty hot fucking scene.
Hardcore. Turn it off.
Turn it off. Wait, let me say hi to... We're not... Are we going to go back to the fugitive thing?
I want to
Of
know
course.
how it ends.
All right, let's get the
Pounded.
the fugitive thing done with.
92.3 New York's new hit music channel. It's Lisa Page. I got a few emails last night.
No, you didn't.
Are you the 92.3 now? $10,000
bet you got
fugitive?
none.
10,000. I would have blown through that
Zero.
money in 2
Nil.
seconds. Black Friday alone.
Yeah, would you?
We've got the sketch, and we know that it is a female.
Yeah.
Good morning, Lisa.
Oh my gosh, really? It's you again?
How did you sleep last
Can you, okay, what's your name? Let's just get right to the point here.
You keep asking for a name.
I need a name.
All right, I'll give you a name.
I mean, we have a sketch. We have all the latest hints of everything you've given us so far. So give me a name, and we'll call it a day.
David. Is that you? I really enjoyed dating you in high school.
David. Wait, we're talking about you, not your ex-boyfriend.
Well, if my dad is listening, he's a very formal Ed. Sorry, no rhyming, Lisa. You people are getting a little too good at this.
What?
I'm doing more running than usual.
With your New Balance sneakers, I take it.
Funny. Talk to you later, Lisa.
Ed and David. And all the latest info up until this point is on our website at 923now.com.
Please, somebody win, so we don't have to do this.
I don't want to finish this.
Did you see the hint, though? It's a very formal Ed.
I don't want to finish it. I know, I'm kind of thinking, like, I could give a shit. I don't even give
Why
a
are we
shit
doing
about
this at this
doing
point?
this.
You're just done with it.
Oh, yeah, but
I'm
we
so
try to make
fucking-
good radio out of shitty radio, and I don't know if we could even do that today.
This is so shitty.
You think?
It's come full circle to real shitty.
92.3 now has surpassed the line that it has crossed, and it's so shitty it can't be parodied.
Yes. See, most most of these radio things we can parody them because they are. They're shitty, and we point it out, and people are like, wow, yeah, this. I don't know where to go with this.
Patrice, what were the 2 names used in that last clip as a clue?
Gretel
Gretel.
Incorrect.
and Suzanne.
It's like the Jeopardy bit with the tree. One of my favorite bits of all time, the SNL Jeopardy bit. God damn.
This is so fucking...
All right, the fugitive calls...
Do you guys remember the two names?
Dave and Ed.
Okay, very good.
Fuck, I had
But
Ed and Dan.
She said a formal Ed. So that would mean Edward.
So?
I have no fucking idea. I don't care.
You wouldn't think to yourself, who do I know that dated a guy named Dave and their dad's name is
How
Edward?
is everybody out there supposed to know this?
Well, that's the thing. They stopped caring like a month and a half ago. So they just...
Why don't we play the next clip? Let's just fucking roll through this.
Are you sure?
The fugitive calls Lisa. Lisa tries to get to the bottom of it once and for all.
Yes.
Hope it is.
Never mind.
Oh, Drakey Drake. New York's new 93 now. It's Lisa
fucking
Page.
annoying.
And, oh, who do we have on the line?
Well, hello again.
Well, hello.
So, Lisa, what was your favorite subject in high school?
Nothing that required a lot of thinking, so maybe chorus.
Well, guess what? It's time for some math.
That was the worst subject ever.
I know.
For me.
I promised no more math, but I lied. I know you like to shop, you know? And I spent a long weekend doing some shopping for the winter. So let me spell it out in numbers. My first love is a K2 T9 142.
What, a K2?
And that would be in metric. Whoops. I can't give away too much. I'm gonna go. I gotta shush. And I gotta look out below.
Aren't you guys now invested?
This. Oh, dude, I'm trying to care, and I don't.
I've had it.
What would K2? What? What is that a license plate?
I think they were references to skiing.
What?
The fugitive skis.
What does this mean? I don't know. I don't care.
Who the fuck is sitting home like writing all this shit
Thank
down?
you for the host, Karma Omen.
If you go to the fugitive website that isn't linked anymore, but if you go to fugitive.923now.com, you can still get to it. There is a fugitive forum, which is just a blog post, and the comments are open. And
Oh, not too much.
Discuss
Not too
the
much.
fugitive.
How you
Everybody
doing?
can get there to discuss.
Wow.
And they already have 10 comments.
It's a giant, it's a giant station, meaning they have the potential to reach a lot of people in New York City, and they only got 10 comments talking about their promotion.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
2 of
chill.
them were made after the fugitive was found.
Oh my god.
One of them is just 3 dots.
One of the comments is just 3 dots.
I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to switch games, but I don't know.
Find her.
I will see you on Sunday! You might as well read all 10.
That freaked me out.
It'll only take 30 seconds. Oh, that's a long one.
Well, yeah, we'll skip the long one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good chill day.
Well, most of them are done
Except I
by
caught a
Taylor
cold
522.
overnight, which sucks ass.
So out of the 10, who's just typing, you're an idiot if you think this is real. It's a contest. They have to give clues. If you look at the official rules of the contest, it's clearly obvious it's all fake.
Shit.
Well, it's not fake. It's a contest. But it's fake.
Yes.
All right, look, here's the clip. They finally...
All right, so the other comments are arguments between two fucking idiots.
Right, and someone named Top Ridges that says this.
Putting a floor in.
Never said they went to Syracuse. They never said they went to Syracuse. She said just talking about Syracuse.
They really wanted this thing to take off. There's 2 guys arguing with each other. 10 comments by 2 guys.
Our listeners are becoming fugitives from this show.
Yeah, all right, let's play the last clip. On the street audio, fugitive is caught.
This is it.
This is it?
This is
no.
This is the big
No.
finale of the 3-month promotion.
This is a connection from my main base to my
Radio World talking.
Everybody, even on this
zombie
show, wants to know
horde
how's this thing
pyramid.
gonna end. You know, even we spent a couple segments talking about the fugitive, hoping for finally the big payoff, and here it is.
We couldn't even help.
Yeah.
No, nobody could.
Because a lot of people say, "Wow, they are talking about it, so maybe that'll draw some more attention." to it."
Accidentally put another
never
block
did.
on the wall.
It truly proved that there is such a thing as negative attention.
Sure. Here it is.
The fugitive got caught.
You got caught. It happened. All right, congratulations. How long did it take you to find her? Have you been out here searching all
And
night?
almost there.
All night long now.
And by the way,
Who's the female voice?
that random it happens voice,
Yeah.
that was the fugitive. That's the fugitive's final word. That's what happens. You caught the fugitive let's get a word from the fugitive. And she says,
It happens.
It happens. Would you like to see the fugitive so you could, and you'll think to yourself, darn, if I had seen her, you know.
Yeah.
That's the fugitive.
Oh my God, she's an ugly
shit.
She's ugly.
This random chick. This is the fugitive.
Now, why would you know that?
She looks like an alien.
Wow, really?
Looks like she has too many teeth in her. Holy shit.
They did the promotion horribly wrong. It would have made sense if you had gotten some kind of pseudo celebrity who would do this and do it for 2 weeks.
Let's put a block right
You
here.
got caught. It happened. All right,
We're gonna break
congratulations.
this.
How long did it take you to find her? Have you been out here searching all night long?
No, about an hour.
About an hour? No, what was the biggest clue that brought you to this area?
Saks Fifth Avenue.
Really? Okay. And what about that? Would the outfit give you any clues?
Yeah, kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, did your friends think you were crazy for being out here in the rain?
Absolutely.
It's freezing. How many people have you asked while you were out here?
About 35.
And what were their
There, so
reactions?
you'll see.
They
Because as I climb to the top here.
Yell at you?
No.
Nobody yelled at you? Okay. And what are you going to do with all this money? $10,000? Woo, woo, woo!
Christmas shopping, I guess.
Trying to make it exciting. It's just not. $10,000. Christmas shopping, I guess. I don't know. Gonna pay some back taxes and put the rest away for a savings for my child.
I am so fucking angry right now.
See,
yeah, that just was infuriating.
For instance,
angry.
John Mayer was in town.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah, there's no way that they can get me there.
If you had just pretended that John Mayer was calling the whole time and gave those clues, and then asked John Mayer, would
If they
you
come
stand
through
on the
there,
corner
what
for 10
happens is
minutes?
they just fall down and die.
Anyone.
Anyone from fucking Lady Gaga. Well,
Lady Gaga.
Somebody that's
Put a candle down.
But this is just a chick. Like, this is just some random girl.
Well, that's what our old station's up to.
This is it. They spent 2.5 months building to a random
It looks so
girl
much nicer
with an
with,
umbrella who says
They're going to get
$10,000. They're
with
going to
the
continue
shit,
to just keep that guy.
the concrete floor.
Huh? Yes, I did. Well, what's your thoughts? This is crazy.
This guy. This is the guy who won the
That's the guy that won. He's,
Just so excited.
I'm not even giving out the website because it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, they stopped giving out the website because they were so.
And finally, the fugitive gets caught, and the only thing she says is, "It happens."
It happens, and from the next day, they stopped mentioning it on the air. On to the next one.
It's fantastic. On to the next one.
That's what the company's going to be saying soon.
Thirsty
On to
drinks
the
and
next
water.
format. What can we try next? We've tried every single fucking
Have some
format.
tea instead. How about
Maybe
that?
you're the problem. Start looking in the mirror. I think you're the problem.
I don't think Elvis Duran needs a fugitive.
No, he doesn't.
Dude, that fucking hurt.
I'm angry.
Are you mad at for real?
I'm really livid at the state of radio, at that station, at everyone involved.
I wouldn't even
that
know how
didn't-
comfortable that would be going down here, to tell you the
At
truth.
least throw in some kind of irony. If you were forced to do it at gunpoint, or if your job
real
was being
life.
threatened and they told you, at least do it with some kind of irony so that the listeners
Sarcasm,
know.
anything.
So the listeners know that you're not a complete fucking douchebag. But no, we didn't get any of that.
If you had the $10,000 for your show, would you have done something like this, do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. This is a promotion.
Well, this way is just a dead end.
At least you got people
Didn't
talking.
get
You got to give them that.
Yeah, they're talking all right.
So I don't know if I'll steal it out.
That's what we're trying to find out.
upset to talk.
No, dude, I'm not even kidding. I'm so mad right now
Pretty much.
inside that this is shit. And we get kicked off radio stations for this shit.
So let's go.
When we know
Let's
we
go,
were
let's
doing
go.
our jobs.
Yeah. We were doing it. Little,
All joking
cutting
aside.
edge, having some fun.
We were getting
pushing it, and then they
we were getting good ratings, and in some cases, really good ratings. They couldn't
Shit.
sell our shit.
then they
Wait,
do
wait, wait.
this.
So figure out how to sell our shit.
And no bandits
gotta
broke
block
into the
that off.
promotions office under our watch.
No, that's true.
Fuck.
We were always
Just like
very
that.
vigilant.
Just like that promotion after the break, we're gonna make believe we never even talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah,
did.
I never want to hear. See, you didn't even have to learn how to say it correctly.
You really?
Because We're never going to say The Fugitive again.
You really think Homeless Shopping Spree is better than the $10,000 Fugitive?
Really? Watch what kind of attention we get next week. Watch.
No, I bet it's one guy.
Watch.
Yeah.
It happens. There'll be at least 1,000 people at the mall next Thursday. At least. When are we announcing the mall, by the way? Homeless Shopping Spree. Next week?
Yeah.
No one watched TV last night, so we can't play off that.
What?
We are going to play the Christian Bale thing again. But why don't we do a little cleanup? Because we got some really good stuff in front of us that we haven't gotten to.
Oh, the only time cleanup time is fun. Here on our show.
That was weird. Big Bang. Oh, my brother. I was going to say that's weird because my brother called and said you got to watch Big Bang. It was on TV last night. It rocks. He says it's a really good show. You watch Big Bang? Is it a sitcom though?
I haven't seen it, but I have heard.
A lot of people talking about Big Bang. You watch Big Bang? What's Big Bang all about, E-Rock? Turn us on to something new.
Big Bang are these
Made when E-Rock gets out of bed. I get feet on the floor.
businesses out in California.
I think that would pan out. I had a similar idea.
Anthony Cumia, we're alive, sir.
I love it, Joe Rogan.
If it was not for you,
oh my God,
this would not exist. That
which is
fact.
insane.
That is 100% an actual fact. I was watching you doing live from the compound. Me and Brian Redband were sitting in my fucking living room, and we were watching you. You were fucking playing karaoke. You were singing karaoke with a machine gun in front of a green screen. And I was like, this guy just set up his own studio. Like, he already has Opie and Anthony's show. At the time, you guys were on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
And he just decided to do this thing in your basement just for a goof.
Yeah, it was like a hobby.
It's like guys who don't have kids, married, who are not married, don't have kids, don't have anybody telling them what to do, and they also have disposable income. Then you get to see what guys really want to do. They want to sing karaoke with a machine gun in front of a green screen.
Yeah, it was crazy gun guy karaoke. So I could do that. If I was married, I would have a wife that would lose her mind at my living room. Like my living room table that you're supposed to have a candle on and little tchotchkes and stuff is a widescreen computer monitor and a gaming system right next to the table. I have a gaming computer that's just unbelievable. And I sit there and just play video games.
So the table itself is a gaming monitor?
Yeah, the whole table. Well,
is it one of those touchscreen ones?
No, it's a giant wide monitor. It's like 40 inches wide.
So that's the table.
No, it's on the table.
Oh, on the table.
Yeah, the table's this big heavy metal thing, but it's just
Why is
everything.
everything
There's
so fire?
VR goggles up on the console by the TV.
Whatever.
It's just sensors around the room for the VR. It's a playground, and you're absolutely right. Guys will spend their money on having fun if allowed to.
That's what this place is.
This place is insane,
I can't
Joe.
do this in my house. You go to my house, it's my wife's house.
See? That's how it works.
I have one elk head on the wall. That's all I have.
That's
Everything
all
else
you're
is
allowed. I laugh at guys when they have the man cave.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, come on down to the man cave. The chicks aren't allowed down here. I got this, the TV, that. And I'm like, no. Her place is the whole house. She relegated you to one room. And you're happy about it. You're happy that you got one room.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's apparently it. It didn't work. It didn't work for me.
You know the Thoreau quote that I say way too many times in this podcast, but I love the quote. Most men live lives of silent desperation.
Wow. Yeah. That is true.
It's 100% true.
It was. I was married for a time, and it was a nightmare. It was a living hell for me. The only thing that got me through as many years as I was married, because I was married 9 years, and I don't remember one happy year out of those 9. But I had gotten into radio pretty early on in that marriage, and that was my life. So I dedicated myself. No matter how miserable anything else in my life was, I was doing radio. So I thought it was awesome.
I have a theory about that. I really do. I think that a person needs a certain amount of suffering in their life. And if you look at some of the all-time great comics, or even all-time great radio personalities, like Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Howard Stern, during his heyday, when he was the fucking man, was miserable at home. Right? He would talk about it. He would hide in his basement.
I love those stories,
you would realize, like, here's this guy, he's the biggest radio personality ever. He's huge, and yet he's got to hide, and he's just talking about masturbating and hiding from his wife, and he can't get any sex. And you're like, it didn't matter if he was huge, it didn't matter if he was famous, it didn't matter how rich he was, didn't matter.
Yeah.
He's just hiding in the basement, and that angst came out on the radio. Like, you related to him, you understood it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get that, and it worked for me because there was a lot of misery. Like when I started doing really well, we moved back to New York from Boston after we got fired, Opie and myself.
You guys got fired for saying that the mayor died? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was an April Fool's gag, and because we always thought the radio April Fool's jokes were so stupid and hokey, and we changed the format to all Elvis. And it's like, after 10 minutes, they say, April Fools. So we're like, let's just go balls out and say the mayor's dead and have a news guy come on and report it and everything. And then it was supposed to subsequently get more outrageous as the show went on. So by the end of it, there was a Taiwan male hooker in the car with him, and they crashed because he was getting a blowjob or something. Like, it was going to get really ridiculous. But they stopped it early on and never allowed us to even mention it, so people really thought he died. Although it's kind of stupid. You go to the O&A show for your news.
But back then, the internet wasn't what it is now.
Exactly.
The internet, was it even? It was barely a thing.
It was barely a thing because that was 97 around there, 98.
What year did you get on? You were probably early.
I was on really early, like the 80s. I was on bulletin board service and used to play trivia games with a 300 baud modem with people, and I thought it was amazing even then. And then in the when we were up in Boston, I bought a digital camera that was just this giant thing, and I had a laptop, another giant thing, and I would take pictures of what was going on in the studio and then post them that night on a website that I figured out. I used to code the HTML myself and make a website just to post pictures and links. And people thought it was amazing. Like, you're seeing what we talked about that day. It wasn't instant, but it was pretty cool. And then I started doing videos. I was able to put video, like maybe 8-second clips of nude girls if they were in the studio, and pop that up, and people loved it. And then I got a bill from the company for bandwidth, and I didn't know bandwidth. It was a $12,000 bill for a month. Yeah, because there was no compression or anything. I'm pumping video out to thousands of people uncompressed, and apparently
see, they broke it.
They had that happen a couple of times, so they told me just don't do it again. They didn't make me pay, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
But at that point, I had to learn about coding and compression and things like that. Yeah.
But so you just kept doing it and just put them in some sort of a compressed format?
Yeah.
What did you use? Do you remember back then?
Oh God, I think it was like for audio, it was Real Audio, which was hilarious.
That's right, the little player. The little player.
Real Audio player would pop up. And then for video, God, I can't even remember what it was, but it was terrible. It was all pixelated. Like 10 frames per minute.
Isn't it weird that things like Real Audio, which was everywhere, they just quit?
They gave up.
Are they around still?
Unless they changed into something else,
or might have got bought out by somebody.
Eaten up. Yeah, that happens to everything.
But honestly, if it was not for you and your show, Live from the Compound, and for Opie and Anthony.
Hilarious.
Because Opie and Anthony was the first radio show that where I ever realized you don't really have to have a format.
Yeah.
You can just talk.
Yeah, it was just kind of a talk thing.
It was a hang.
And a lot of the we were on the same it was the same company as Howard Stern, CBS Radio. Oh, look at that.
Real is still here?
It makes,
wow.
It says it makes stories from your videos and photos now, but this is exactly what it is. It's real.com. It's a real player.
Automatically makes video stories from your best photos.
Sorry to cut you off there.
Ew. Ew, it's ew now.
It's like a kind of montage.
iPhone does it automatically now.
Yeah.
It used to be a good way to watch porn with weird codecs.
The codecs, yeah.
Right? When porn had a weird codex, like who compiled this?
Yeah.
And then you'd get it, you'd watch it on Real Player. Like when you'd get porn from BitTorrent.
Yeah, and sometimes you wouldn't have anything on your computer to play it. Say codec not available.
Yeah, exactly.
Get pissed off because you like the thumbnail.
Like, fuck.
Yeah. It's like, no, that thumbnail was awesome. I got to see this.
I remember the first time I ever got a porn video sent to me. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You can watch a porn video? Like, before it was just photos.
The photos were insane because I guess it was around the mid-'90s. My brother had picked up an Apple computer. I don't even know what model it was or anything, but it was pretty good for the time. And I just sat in front of that thing for hours and hours on end, just one porn pic. It was no videos, just pictures. And you know how they used to scroll. Sometimes it was a corrupt file, so halfway down it would just turn white. And pixelated and zigzaggy, but just for hours, just one more, and just
it would go tick 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 tick. It would slowly emerge. Tick, tick, tick.
It was very compelling. Yeah, you'd sit there just waiting for the tits.
It's like a 3D printer is faster now.
Yeah,
than it was downloading photos on a 14K modem.
Yeah. It's insane to think of the technology end of it because you got thumb drives with more memory than entire computers had just a few years ago. And I remember, I guess it was Bill Gates or something said you'll never need anything more powerful than a 486 back years ago, and it's like what, a couple of megs of memory and. Just crazy. The demand for computer power got way out of hand, and especially with games and stuff. I'm a huge gaming guy. Now, you download a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Call of Duty, and it's 75 to 100 gigs.
Really?
Those games, yeah. And it's like that would have been 100 computers. and to think of those floppy disks you used to get games on, it would have been a pallet stacked up like 6 feet high of those disks to load it on a computer. So
like the old Doom game.
Load
that with a floppy disk.
Make those sounds and hopefully it would work. And now you just download them. I haven't been to a gaming store in years because with Origin or Steam, you just download the game right off of your offline. And,
so if you want to get Red Redemption 2, you just download it.
You just download it. Like, I don't know who goes to GameStop or anything anymore.
People still do, though. I mean, there's one in the mall. I've seen people walk in.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know.
Xbox?
Maybe for used games. Yeah, Xbox and PlayStation.
But at Xbox, you could download too, right?
Oh, yeah. And PlayStation.
All those things.
Yeah, you just plug that Cat 6 or whatever it is.
I was having a conversation with Jordan Peterson about this yesterday off air. I was saying I get concerned because I feel like all of our information, like the vast majority of it is now digital.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have some things that are written down on paper, but even paper, it's so easy to break and burn and fuck up. I mean, human beings lost most of the information about Egypt when they burned the Library of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? I mean, there could have been all sorts of schematics and some diagrams, detailed diagrams, how they built some of the things they built.
Yeah.
Lost it all. You know, that easily could happen to us, and then we'd be starting from scratch again.
Yeah, when it takes some form of electricity to get to all this information, you're really dependent on that there's going to be power, that type of power forever.
And even if we figure out how to reboot electricity, say if someday in the future, what if we have a massive coronal mass ejection and it fucking nukes the entire the whole grid and all the satellites go down and we have to start from scratch. So it's a decade, 2 decades before people start rebuilding computers again that actually work. Well, they're going to have to decipher all this information. They're going to have to figure out those codecs. They're going to have to figure out. Yeah, they're going to get drivers to make all this stuff work, and they're going to miss a lot of it.
Yeah, all the info is literally ones and zeros and has to be decoded and put back together again.
And some important stuff, if it's on a drive somewhere, it could just get nuked.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
And then gone forever.
All the things that people figured out, gone.
Don't you wish that would happen at some point? I don't know. I'm so cynical, man.
You really have lately, more so.
I think over the course of the past few years, I've just gotten more cynical, and I think social media had a big effect on me.
Well, you engage too much.
Yes, I did. I'm off social media now. I have been for maybe months at least. You know,
was it a personal choice?
Well, Twitter kicked me off quite a few times.
What did they kick you off for?
Just dumb shit too. It wasn't even. It wasn't even that bad. Like the last one, it was. I was defending Jimmy Norton. Some girl was on just bashing Jimmy, and I was like, "Look at you." I go, "I don't even know what you are. First of all, you're either a masculine girl or a feminine guy, and your hair looks like it was dyed with period blood." Because she has and boom, God, they fucking permanently suspended me.
Wow.
That was
period
it.
Blood was, you can't
period
make fun
blood.
of menstrual cycles.
You can't make fun of that. You can't make fun of somebody's
Gender.
looks if their sexuality. I kind of called him a femme. Or a butch, whatever it was.
Whichever case.
Whichever case. And to this day, I still don't know, actually. But so I get kicked off a lot. I have a Twitter account now, but I have not told anybody what the name is, or because I just use it for research for the show.
Right.
Because Twitter gets the news before the news.
Yeah.
Like that's where everything breaks now on Twitter.
You know what's interesting to me? Louis Farrakhan's still on Twitter.
It's amazing.
You ever read some of the shit he says about evil Jews?
Crazy anti-Semitic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And for whatever reason, they're scared to kick him off.
Yeah, they won't kick him off. I guess Laura Loomer is a Jewish kind of independent reporter girl. And
slash
nutcase, whatever. yeah, whatever you want to.
She chained herself to Twitter.
She chained herself to Twitter yesterday. It's hilarious. I just watched it on Periscope as it was going on, and she's got a bullhorn and she's just yelling at Twitter.
That's where you lose me. When you got a bullhorn.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's kind of left-wing tactics she was using.
Yeah.
Because conservatives, the right, Republicans, whatever you want to call it, are pretty mellow when it comes to. They don't demonstrate really.
Right.
They like to just get in there and do their shit, whatever it is. But liberals really like getting out there and marching and yelling and bullhorns and stuff like that. So it was weird, like to see that on the other end.
Yeah.
But she's just screaming, and I guess they unhooked her and arrested her. So it was pretty.
What did they kick her off of Twitter for?
They kicked her off for talking about Islam and talking about how Twitter was celebrating Women's Day, whatever that was, on a certain day, by focusing, like the picture was one of those Islamic women that got elected to office up in, what was it, Minnesota or somewhere. So she said how hypocritical that was because, you know, Islam is for female genital mutilation and against women's rights, and they kill gay people, and that's all she posted, and she got kicked off for hate speech against Islam. And then her argument was Louis Farrakhan is saying, you know, I'm not an anti-Semite, I'm an anti-termite, equating Jews with insects, which is pretty 1930s Germany kind of a thing. So, you know, while her heart was in the right place, I guess, it did come off a little wacky. She also had a Star of David, a yellow Star of David on her shirt as she was chained to Twitter, and people got upset with that. There she is. I just thought, to tell you the truth, I thought it was a good strategic move because you're going to buy time with that because the police do not want that optic of a uniformed guy kind of pulling a girl off there wearing a Star of David thing. It just, a picture looks bad. So it might have bought her some time, but I don't know if that was her motive.
She planned it out well.
She did, apparently. It was the #1 trending topic on Twitter, which is odd that, you know, she gets kicked off and ends up being the #1 trending topic.
Well, what's really odd is this is while Manafort may have perjured himself.
Right.
Mueller's going after Trump's deeper ties. Cohen is now saying that Trump was in cahoots with Putin. He was going to give him the $50 million penthouse tower in Moscow.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, all that. But, like, no. That girl got kicked off Twitter.
She kicked off Twitter. It sounds ridiculous because I got, like I said, I got kicked off, and I'm a little bummed about it. But it's because it's odd. It's not just a private company anymore that can do what they want. I'm not for government regulation, so I don't know how you fix this. But Twitter is now a thing where the president's on it, world leaders are discussing things on it, emergency management, FEMA, and the weather services, they put out alerts in case of danger or some kind of event that's going to happen. And because of your political ideology or calling a girl period blood hair, you're not privy to alerts and safety information that...
Well, it's clear that it's not... Everyone's doesn't have to follow the same rules. We've already established that with Farrakhan.
Right.
We've also established that with Trump. Sam Harris has been on he was at least, I think he's abandoned it, but he was on a quest to get Jack to try to hold up his terms of service agreement and kick Trump off of Twitter.
Right.
He's like, look what he's doing. He's threatening nuclear war. Like, do you understand? Like, this is the craziest use of Twitter ever.
Yeah.
And I think Jack's position was that it's more beneficial to have him on, and it's really, we are getting to see his personality in a way we've never seen any president's personality.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the most ridiculous petty shit that he does, like attacking Michelle Wolf because of her White House correspondence thing, calling people losers, you know, making fun of the girl on Joe Scarborough, the girl he married, saying that she had fucked up plastic surgery and she was bleeding.
Yeah.
He just makes shit up. I mean, do you think she really thinks she showed up on Mar-a-Lago bleeding with fucking plastic surgery? He's a fucking maniac. But,
he really is.
But meanwhile, it's good for us to see because it educates us to who he is as a real person.
Right.
Like there's a lot of who you are just gets exposed in those tweets.
Yeah.
It's like little bit. You can't know everything about a person from their Twitter, but you can parse out little chunks where you get a good taste. And for him, it's very, very revealing.
Yeah, it is a weird thing. I think this will be looked back on as a very pivotal moment in American history and in politics, where that kind of crossroad happened.
Yeah.
Because we were pretty satisfied with that political speech thing. And we need to bring up the lower middle class to the... And they just go on and drone on. And it's this weird speech that no real human being ever speaks like. Hillary was hilarious. And what we need today is the... It was fake. It comes off as fake and phony. Trump comes rolling in. It's absolutely batshit insane. Like the stuff he says, like you were saying. The other day, he's giving a speech, and he said that when he was younger... people said he looked like Elvis because he was doing some kind of a commemorative thing for Elvis down in, is it Tennessee or somewhere? And he says he looked like Elvis. And we're laughing our asses off, me and Keith, because no one ever told him he looked like Elvis. No one ever told him that. And there's so many things. And I'm a Trump guy. I voted for the guy because I wanted that monkey wrench thrown into the machine. I felt we had gotten screwed too many decades, and it was time to let Washington know, like, look, we'd rather elect this nut than any of you guys. So I think it proved a point. There are enough checks and balances in place where, you know, the likes of any one president really isn't going to do that much damage. I think he's pulled the cover off a lot of stuff. I think people are trying to compete with him on Twitter. Politicians are trying to play his game, and it's kind of fun to watch. As a comic entertainer, it's gold.
Did you see what Tulsi Gabbard said to him?
What?
She's a congresswoman from Hawaii. She said, being Saudi Arabia's bitch isn't making America first. Like, that's a congresswoman.
See? They're all kind of taking that. They never used to do that.
No.
And it's odd that a 70-year-old guy was the one that was like bringing Twitter to social media into this forum.
It is odd.
And yeah, you would think it would be some young guy to get in there and do it, but
they would never do it the way he's doing it.
No, that's just
he's doing it like a reckless maniac.
It's and that's because he can.
Yeah.
The guy, you'll never see a chain of events like what happened to elect Donald Trump. The rich guy is just a billionaire, a millionaire, whatever you want to call him. He's got a lot of money.
From his dad.
From his dad, and then, you know, I remember him in New York when I was a kid. Trump was always in the news. Developer, he was always banging heads with politicians, trying to get some kind of zoning thing going or build some other tower somewhere. And so we were all familiar with him, and we knew he was like this piece of shit guy, you know? Like, everyone was surprised. Like, oh, God, he grabbed by the pussy. It's like, we saw it in the Daily News and the New York Post every week. Trump was with some other who and shit. So it wasn't a surprise to us. But he got out there, and it was the perfect timing. Like, we come off the heels of 8 years of a Democratic president, and it just was, people were ready for a maniac to be in the White House.
Some people were.
Some people were, exactly.
My favorite image of the election was that lady with the sock hat on her knees, with the glasses, screaming.
Screaming.
Like, that, to me, ushered in this era of outrage and chaos.
Yeah, it just...
That was it. That was like the primal scream that set off the dominoes, and they're all in motion right now.
It wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. Hillary was supposed to be president. That's what everybody thought. It was going to go down in history as just one of those wacky elections, and then business as usual.
Yeah.
But, when Trump won, it turned everything upside down and ripped the cover off of, I think, not only politics in Washington, but Hollywood, the mainstream media, the news media. Everything had the covers ripped off, and everyone's now got to peek inside and realize how fucked up everything is. You used to assume Washington, at least the people had some kind of control, like they were adults doing the job that needed to be, and then you realize, oh my God, everyone's just a piece of shit.
Do you remember, here's a story that disappeared from years ago. Do you remember the Washington madam that suicided herself?
Oh,
she had a whole book filled with politicians that were banging all these prostitutes. And she was going to release everything, and she was doing press conferences, and then she committed suicide. And everybody's like, well, case closed. No big deal. Oh, we lost our books. Whatever.
And then it disappeared.
Yeah, it disappeared.
Things like that happen.
Oh, fuck they do.
Politicians kill people.
Oh, yeah.
There's secret backroom deals that happen, and it's crazy.
House of Cards is way closer to reality than people would like to believe.
Yeah.
Way closer.
We, over the course of decades upon decades, every year that goes by, we seem to get a little more knowledge and a little less confident in the government. I mean, I watched some shit from the 50s, There's plenty of things on YouTube, and even industrial films. Just this thing of how to raise your family, how to be a good wife, all that stuff. And it was all this weird propaganda of what America was. And then as years go by, you realize, oh, it was all bullshit. Like, politicians were always getting rich, and no one seems to know how or why. And these deals that are made aren't always in our best interest. They're not civil servants there to represent and help you. And as the years go by, we see more and more of this. And the past 2 years with Trump has just been, quite a crash course.
It really has.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm fascinated to see where it goes. I'm fascinated to see if he seems, they always call Gotti the Teflon Don, but it seems like Trump is the Teflon Donald. I mean, he seems. It seems like all these things keep happening, and even because I remember Justin Martindale, a comedian friend of mine, is hilarious. He goes, he was talking about Stormy Daniels. He was like, she's our Monica Lewinsky. She's gonna take him down.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
the fuck? That's not happening.
Nope.
I go, you don't get it. He doesn't care that they know he fucked her. He doesn't care. Do you understand? It's not. You have to care for it to work.
Right, and that's just it. People don't really care. It's, some people don't care. I follow like Rosie O'Donnell's account on Twitter, and Rob Reiner is another one. And for 2 years, over 2 years, they have just been like counting down, and the day that it's like, oh, impeachment's right around the corner. Oh, he's out. Oh, they're gonna put him in prison. I hope you and your son get a cell next to each other. And it's like, how long are you going to do this? 8 years? Is it going to be 8 years of you going, well, any day now?
How about Keith
Mueller's going to... Yeah.
Do you remember when he was doing that wacky show in a basement somewhere for GQ?
Like a mental patient.
Yes, like legitimately like a mental patient.
Yeah.
The resistance.
Screaming.
And it was like he was doing... Like, it was almost like burlesque or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it was like the radio version of burlesque. Burlesque is like, when you see a girl doing burlesque, it's like a throwback to an old-timey way of doing things. Like the guy with the handlebar mustache with the bowler cap will introduce her. She's bawdy. She's bodacious. Please welcome Madam blah, blah, blah. And she comes out to music that nobody listens to anymore, and she's dancing around. It's very weird. And they're always kind of big girls. They're not skinny like little strippers. They're on meth. They're girls who eat. So it's like it's a throwback to a different time of rowdiness. And when he was in front of that screen, like doing this thing with his suit on and his tie, like and everything was like really well written and like he had these precise points. And I don't understand like what the red blue in the background was either. It was so it seemed like something that someone had set up. Like not as good as your compound media in your basement, live from the compound. It wasn't as good as that. It's like that's the background. This is for GQ. GQ is like, okay, we have $30.
Yeah.
So what do you have $30?
I think Charlie's got a camera.
Yeah.
He could bring it in.
$30. Good. Okay, we have a table, the IKEA table. That's $12.
We got some construction paper for the background.
I mean, what the fuck is this? They got some big ass blue and blue and red paint. Or posters. Like what is that?
And then he would just pontificate there
and he quit. And his last thing was like, because the end is imminent. There's no reason for me to go on. Trump is finished. Yeah. What is this? My work here is done. Play something.
Trump is finished.
Posted one year ago this week.
Exactly 1 year ago.
Wow.
It's November 11th, 2017 was when he quit.
Get a pardon from Trump, or that Mueller, as I've also reported here, has succeeded in finding a way around Trump's pardon power. And either of these near certainties spell Trump's doom. So that's the most obvious of the 7 ways for Trump to go now. Mueller really will get him on Russia. It will be ugly, and it will tear this country nearly apart, but it will be necessary. The second way is, as I've also repeatedly suggested here, that Mueller doesn't really need to prove anything about Trump and Russian sabotage of the election. There seems to be so much obstruction of justice, from the firing of James Comey to the lies about Trump Jr.'s meetings with the Russians, that it's hard to pick out a key player in the Trump inner circle who could not be guilty of it.
It's so funny. Like, a year ago, and it's like it's still going, and
it's like it's fake news.
Yeah,
end it now.
Fake news. It's a hoax.
But it is interesting. Like Mueller to me is fascinating because he seems like a ruthless motherfucker who takes his time. He's like a guy who says, "Hey, look at me. I'm gonna kill you, and it's not gonna be today." Okay? That's all you need to know. It's not going to be today, but I'm going to fucking kill you. And like every day, he's plotting on killing you. You see him drive by your house and wave.
Yeah. You're like, when is the hammer falling?
You look out your window of your office. He's out in the park,
look at that guy.
drinking coffee.
Oh, he has seen some shit.
Oh, I mean...
This guy.
He's a cold-blooded intelligence agent.
Yeah.
Those guys have seen everything.
Uh-huh.
He knows the inner workings of the machine, and he knows how you bring a guy like that down and how you fuck it up. And he's doing everything that leads me to believe that he's not fucking it up. This is a slow play.
And if there is anything to the Russian thing, you would think something would have leaked out by now.
Well, it has. I mean, there was a video the other day of Donald that they just played on CNN of Donald talking about how many times he's actually been to Russia, Donald Jr. And, he had said that he hadn't been. And then there's another video of him from years ago saying, I've been there many times. 2005, 6, 7, 8, talking about business.
The problem with the people that are going after Trump that they don't seem to understand, the guy, right up until he became president of the United States, was just a private citizen businessman. So he had a lot of dealings around the world with his real estate and buildings and golf courses. All this shit happened when he was just a citizen doing business. Now, whether it was ethical or not, that could definitely be brought into question. Whether it's legal or not, I'm sure that's what they're looking into also. But he wasn't beholden to the people as a public servant. There wasn't a conflict of interest because he was a lifelong politician,
right?
And using the power of his office to make deals. So, and that also goes hand in hand with him just fucking around.
Yeah.
Like if he went from a selectman in his hometown, and then years and years go by, and then you're the president, and you built that career up, at any point in there, they could call you out on being a horrible human being because you fuck girls, or you're this, or you had a shady business dealing. But up until 2 years ago, he was just Donald fucking Trump.
Yeah.
So it's hard to call him out on even dealing with Russia, because there's plenty of businessmen that deal with Russia and China.
I think the question is whether or not he colluded with Russia to get information about Hillary, and also to put out all that propaganda against Hillary, and also saying that they're going to make a deal to do the Trump Tower in Moscow. This is all while he was running for president and not being honest about it. I think that's where it gets...
Again, I don't know if there's anything illegal there. I don't know if there's anything that he did that is illegal. Because I believe when you're campaigning, say whatever the fuck you want to anybody. I don't think
you're not really running. I mean, you're running,
might
but
lose.
You're not really running anything. You're not really running the country.
Yeah, if he lost the presidency, he would still have to have some ducks in a row to continue his business. So, you know, and his son took over that part of what he was doing so he could campaign. So whether Donnie Jr. went over to Russia or not, I don't really see. You might think it's unethical, and you might go, well, did he say if we win, we'll do this and help you out? So who knows about that part of it? But I don't see in and of itself him going over there being that big a problem. And the fact that, you know, the Clinton campaign and the DNC, they had a lot of shady deals going on with Russia also, and that crazy dossier and an English spy and a Russian. And that just never seems to get any traction. It's weird.
Well, there's way more left-wing media publications than there are right-wing.
Absolutely.
That's just a fact. There's only a few right-wing newspapers, and right-wing websites are oftentimes maligned. They're not treated seriously. Like, there's no right-wing newspaper that's treated with the same amount of respect as the New York Times.
No, hell no.
It doesn't exist.
No, what, the New York Post?
Well, is the New York Post right-wing?
I don't know.
They're more outrageous than they're right-wing. They don't give a fuck who you are. Liberal, Democrat, conservative, Republican, they'll fuck you.
Some of the headlines that have come off of the fucking Post have been classic over the years.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're like comics.
Yeah. It's just comedy.
Yeah.
One was, God, the one I thought was just so douchey. When Fred Astaire died, it was said, "A stairway to heaven." I was like, who fucking...
But that's
someone must have gotten hit for that.
That is the one thing that I do love about New York and Boston too.
Yeah.
There's a harshness to the comedy because the people are fucking cold. It's cold. The wintertime is cold and like fuck you. And that growing up there, man, it flavored me. It flavored Burr.
Yeah.
There's a million guys like that Patrice. That fucking comedy. A lot of it came out of that part of the world because that part of the world's different.
Isn't that weird? It's cold.
Fucking cold.
And you think that just makes people angry?
Yeah, cold and a lot of people. I think cold and very few people makes people like more down-homey and compassionate, and they stay together.
Montana.
Except for a few serial killers randomly scattered out into the woods.
Yeah.
But other than that, you get like people that work together and help each other because they realize they're in this together.
Yeah, there's a stark difference between New York and Boston-based comics and LA-based comics.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Giant difference.
Yeah. And some of them have that crossover appeal, and they've moved, places, and like Bill, But
maintains that Boston sensibility, that New York sensibility.
Yeah.
That's what's appealing about him is that he's still a savage.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Like that, you don't grow that out here. It's too sunny. It's nice every day.
Everyone seems kind of pleasant out here, whether it's real or phoniness, but it comes off as pleasantry. And in New York, it's just a grave disregard for everybody. You literally step over people.
There's too many people.
Yeah.
They lose their value.
Yeah.
It's like if you have a million pennies and you drop a penny. You're like, whatever.
Who gives a shit, right?
Lost a guy on the train. Whatever.
It is odd when you think about if there was somebody just laying in the gutter of the street in, I don't know, some small town in Kansas. The police and ambulance would be called, and people would stop and ask if he was okay and stuff. And in New York, you literally step over those people. You just don't even look in their face. It's an inconvenience that someone is laying on the sidewalk.
If you were in the middle of a snowstorm and your car broke down and you saw a guy laying on the side of the road, you'd help him.
Of course.
You'd be like, oh, Jesus, poor guy. Look, we got to help him, too.
Yeah.
Come on. Hey, buddy, you all right?
Yeah. Not so much in
not
New York.
New York, you just see him lying in his own piss, needle hanging out of his dick.
Yeah. And I'm pissed that it stinks down on the subway.
Fucking gross.
Fucking disgusting, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no compassion.
It does stink, too, though. On a steamy August day.
It's the worst. And it's gotten worse under de Blasio, who's the mayor of New York now. And say what you want about Giuliani, who now is batshit crazy.
What happened with him?
I don't know. I think there's
something blew a fuse. He's not respectable anymore.
He's like some kind of, well, he aligned himself with Trump, so that immediately gets you put into a category. But
Why
he's
do you
also
think
a
he did
little,
that?
I think he's got some dementia going on. Like, he just doesn't seem right.
You know what it is? Lost his comb over.
He had a comb over for what is that like? What's his name with
the comb over, and he realized,
So I'm gonna switch it over to Mafia.
Samson's hair.
Free.
It's like that. He lost the last wisps, those last wisps of comb over that he had during 9/11.